Hello and
Kisses,
welcome
kisses.
Hello and welcome to the party dungeon. This is Dungeon Party. As always, I'm your DM Blake Peoples, and here is your cast. And
Should I bring my pet into frame?
He's very unhappy to be here.
Phoenix?
Bring your pet into frame. I thought it might be him.
I wanna see him.
He's got his noise canceling headphones on.
Remember when he used to
can you at least
watch
send me a
stream?
Snapchat
Oh, sure.
of his face?
Not of his face. Back of his head.
I mean, better than nothing.
I know.
Better than nothing.
Oh, also, the teacher who was plagiarizing the Taylor
Tommy,
Swift
thank you.
song, she then tried to spin it as a lesson about plagiarism.
Rough.
I like that we continue our conversations from pre-stream.
It makes it relatable. Haven't you ever listened to a podcast?
It's like as if they know what's going on.
Hey, thanks Tommy for subscribing for 21 months. Cool. So we're here. We're gonna play Dungeons and Dragons today, like we do most Sundays.
We do be playing.
Yeah. I don't have a whole lot of announcements other than keep your eye on the horizon for Resilient Shadows. That's coming up pretty soon. I still have to make an overlay.
3/21/22.
Yeah, 3/21/22 indeed. And that's all of my announcements. Also, I think there's like a gathering happening on my street, so it's not coming through Discord.
Magic the Gathering?
Sorry, I thought there was water. Yes, Magic the Gathering happening on their street. If you can hear it, I'm very sorry. Show the what?
No, I guess people can watch it.
Show the what am I to show?
The Resilient Shadows thing.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I think. All right, here we go. I turned off you guys' audios.
It's too well.
Pew 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 pew
Yeah,
pew.
I knew you guys were gonna make sounds, so I've made sure that they couldn't hear us.
Don't you value our input?
I absolutely value your input. You want to make the sounds now? Do the sounds you were doing.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Awesome. In any case, that's all the announcements I have. Does anybody else have any announcements or cherished bits that they would like to do?
It's time for another round of What's Chelsea Playing? Toss a coin to your Witcher.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing that every single time.
You should. It's the sub theme.
Yeah. Last we left off on What's Chelsea Playing, Chelsea had ventured out of the White Orchard and then got scared. I am happy to report she is no longer scared, only piddling a little bit every now and then. Let's see, I encountered my first wraith, only screamed a little bit. Encountered my first wraith. I did this all today. Why can't I remember it? Oh, I filled out. See, he's real, guys. I went through a bunch of little question marks, a few more of those, and they were pretty balanced with me being able to do the thing and then maybe run away and back off when you see like level 15 and the little red skull next to it. And okay, so now I knew going into this, like, one of the first scenes you see your whole girlfriend's ass, but I was not prepared for witch titties.
There's all sorts of witch
Yo,
titties.
yeah. Met Kira Metz. And when I shit you not, I stared at my computer screen for that whole scene, jaw dropped, and guess who came to join and watch the scene?
Was it Phoenix?
He came over and was like...
Did he turn walk over to see the naked game lady?
Naked game lady.
And here's the thing, when you do that quest, but not really spoilers, they're like, oh yeah, there's a witch, and all you've been really fighting are creepy things. So I'm like, fuck, I don't want to fight a witch. I don't want to fight a witch. And then you see her and you're like, oh, okay. I see, okay.
That kind of witch.
Alright.
Yeah. And I just met the Bloody Baron, and that's where we left off.
Nice.
On What's Chelsea Playing?
It's about to
Woo!
get real fucked up.
I know. I already know smidges of the Bloody Baron story from back when I was just researching The Witcher with no intention of playing it. I know smidges, but I don't remember it all, so it'll still be a surprise.
Are Tia and Tamara in it?
Yes.
Twitches?
Yes.
Good.
Twin witches.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I got shat on today.
By a bird?
Literally?
By a birdie, hopefully.
So my cousin Maddie is a traveling chiropractor, and she mostly adjusts like racehorses, dogs for rich people, stuff like that. And so she was in the West Side on 71st and
Did a horse or dog shit on
53rd. And she was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be there. I'm adjusting some dogs. Come on over." Her dog Spiro, who I've known my whole life. I have a scar on my hand from when he was a puppy. He had a tumor rupture in his belly, and so he's not in pain anymore, but he's dying, and it's sad. And so I was like, "Yeah, I'll come meet you." Blah blah blah. So I walk over. Maddie's like on the sidewalk adjusting 10 dogs on the Upper West Side, and she's like, "Oh, Spiro and Danny, her other dog Danny, are in the car. Why don't you get tea from company?" And I was like, "Okay." I get in, and Spiro, who loves me, like we're best friends, he got really excited.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you got pooped on.
This might be the worst story.
Also,
We might have
wait,
to talk about
I'm
more
not really-
allowed to
I'm not
say
really
on
Cass's
stream.
version.
my human chiropractor also adjusts
Also shit on
horses.
you?
No. No, he also adjusts horses, which is very cool.
no,
Sometimes
hold
there will
on.
just be a horse in the parking lot. When I'm like, oh, okay.
Is there a medical reason to adjust a horse, or is it just kind of like
Yeah.
because you
They've
want to
got
make the
both.
horse feel good?
They've got bones and joints.
I don't even know if there's a medical reason for chiropractic.
Don't you even get me started. Don't even get me started. I had doctors.
Information about this.
I had doctors telling me I had to go get an MRI for my hip. He said, "Nope, come in," and ta-da, hip is cured.
Detect magic.
Peter, why
Hey,
don't
he could use
Peter.
magic. I don't care.
Peter? No, totally. Peter, talk. Tell me my cousin's job is invalid.
Hey, can we play D&D instead of this?
Play D&D.
As much as I'd really love to get into an impassioned debate about chiropractic, I think maybe we should instead play D&D.
Yeah,
She's also an
that's
essential
Play-
oils person,
or-
so she's a witch doctor, so it's fine.
Could I just
Okay.
play The Witcher instead?
If you want. I mean, you could just leave during stream to play The Witcher.
Just do it in the
We
background on this
just-
genie.
I
Maybe
mean,
I'll just go back to the games we're no-lifing, because I'm pretty sure almost everyone here has one game that's like consuming them.
I would have to like mute myself though, because every 5 seconds it's shit, fuck, you fucking idiot, fuck, dodge, fuck.
alright.
Yeah. So like, if I'm not in a scene, can I go back to Makoko hunting?
Listen, every Thursday I
Mommy's
ask our,
leaving.
our fucking Final Fantasy group, are we gonna raid this Thursday? And every Thursday, 10 minutes before stream, somebody's like, nah, I'm playing Elden Ring. So like, you guys could do that too if you wanted to. It doesn't matter.
I do occasionally play like solitaire on my computer.
I love
when
that I can engage you with my plot
One time-
lines.
I've never done anything but pay attention exactly to every word that you're saying.
So Tommy, you get a
Here's the
magic
thing, though.
item today.
One time I wasn't paying attention to what time it was, and stream started. Or you guys were like, "Hey, we got to start streaming." I was like, "Oh shit!" So I tabbed over, and I didn't close Minecraft for like 20 more minutes as we began stream.
Hold
'Cause I
on,
had to
but it-
finish something up.
No, it's more like, you know how like it's been proven that like doodling while listening to a lecture can help because it keeps your brain active and stimulated.
You don't have to prove to me that you're paying attention. It's okay.
Chelsea
That's why
writes
I-
notes.
I know
Chelsea
you
writes
take notes. If I know
It's fair,
anyone
thank
pays attention, it's you, Chelsea.
It's mostly for combat because I tend to drift off during combat once I've figured out my next move, and so gotta get the solitaire up.
Also, can I just say, while I do agree that Tommy is the best of us all, Tommy is new here, and so he hasn't been tested yet to not be playing something else while playing this.
So you're saying the longer you play a game under my DMship, the less interested you are in paying attention
Yeah,
to
don't
my
worry,
campaign.
Tommy,
No.
it'll fizzle out.
No, I
still-
will.
The honeymoon era wears off.
But hey, just when you think it's not interesting anymore, he throws a metaverse game show at
Some
you.
metaverse trivia. I gotta keep you on your toes. All right, do we want to play? Speaking of metaverse trivia,
Let's
do you guys
go!
want to pick up the pieces after that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
We had gone to sleep.
You had. And I'll do a little recap. You know,
Oh,
just for
okay,
fun,
right.
like I do. So last time, we're off to a great start today. Last time on Bright Futures, the group seeking after a lost friend of theirs stumbled into a 10th level spell called Mind Prison, in which they had to play trivia while their intelligence was slowly being siphoned away from them. They managed to avert this fate, however, by flipping over an hourglass containing a demon named Balthazar, who caused everyone in a mile radius to revel for 24 hours. They all woke up after that revelry in various states of discomfort and exhaustion, and started to pick up the pieces a little bit. They examined Everard's office, the guy who did the mind prison on him, talked to one of his co-workers who absolutely believed that he was behind the disappearances. And they also talked to one of the lore masters who said that she is hesitant to believe them because she doesn't really know them, but if she can be shown some evidence of what happened, then she will believe them. But still put a protective barrier on the archives to prevent Everard from entering them, just in case. Also, a lot of people died.
Okay, you say a lot. You said it was like 9
like
or 10.
Nine.
Yeah.
Only
died.
9 people.
Yeah.
Way more on missions.
When you say a lot, my mind goes to the dozens.
All right, fair enough. 9-ish
I think-
people died. But they all, due to their exhaustion because of their big party, made their way to one of the rooms. Everett put an arcane lock on the door, and they all drifted off to sleep. And that is where we left off.
Okay.
As you
From what I
sleep-
recall.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, you can go first.
You go. No. I was about to say something stupid.
Okay. As you sleep, you all dream. Not a nightmare. Not like before. But
I'm
flashes.
about to get blasted by fire again and again
Yeah.
and again.
No, he's dead. Don't worry about it. Flashes and blurry images of events that you feel as though maybe you lived sort of fade in through your brain. Shandi, you recall seeking a challenge. Corridors upon corridors, rapier in hand. Everett, you recall sweaty bodies, loud music. Septon, you also recall loud music and singing until your throat gave out. Tether, you recall feeling real good and then feeling real bad. And Una, you recall hunger. Not just for food, but for knowledge, books. You remember just hoarding and collecting and consuming as much as you possibly could. But as you wake up, these images fade, the specifics of them lost to you once again, but the vibes remain, I suppose, for lack of a better word. But yeah, the morning finds you all asleep in your various positions around girls' room.
Yeah, I seem to recall pretty much no one wanted to sleep in my fort.
Shandi slept in the fort.
I'm in the fort.
I've got the corner. I think
Oh.
I had a corner in the fort.
I thought you said the corner of the room.
Oh no, sorry. I'm so sorry. In my head, sorry, I wasn't clear. But in my head, I was thinking like a corner in the fort. My apologies.
Okay, thank God. For this whole week, I was stewing that no one wanted to be in my fort.
Nah, I think it was only Septon that refused to sleep in your fort, and we didn't really decide where Everett slept, but...
Are we scheduled for something in the morning?
You had talked to a couple
Coin
people.
shirt, by the way.
Elitha, yeah! Elitha had said she might want to touch base with you in the morning. You also spoke with the lore master about potentially taking her to where this all happened. Theoretically, you were supposed to have class, but you're not sure if that still stands.
I'm gonna
No way, Ellis
try to
is
wake
gonna
up.
sleep.
I'm gonna wake up as early as I can while still getting rest.
Yep.
And see if I can squeeze in an hour more on that book.
Cool, yeah, that's fine. You flip through it. Septon's probably also awake at this point because of his whole sleeping thing. But yeah, Septon you see as Una wakes up and pulls out the book and starts reading.
What you reading?
Fuck, I have the name somewhere. Oh, it was in Everard's desk. Tome of Clear Thought. Kind of dense, but I like a challenge.
I don't like a challenge from a book.
That's fair.
Do you think I can actually leave, or will I like set off the arcane lock?
That would be a question for Everett. I think it's only against people who aren't us, right?
I'll just wait. I'm not really jonesing for
Where do
chowder.
you want to go? Oh,
Am I nearby?
You are asleep, but you are nearby. Yeah.
tracking those hours.
Water.
Cool. Yeah. Una, you could probably get an extra hour in on that, I'd say.
Sweet.
But yeah, eventually you all find your way to wakefulness.
Water.
Good.
You feel a little better, Tether, but no.
Well, I woke up hungover because I was dehydrated and then immediately went to bed.
Yeah. You photosynthesized a little bit.
In my dark fort.
In your dark fort. Yeah, so what do you want to do?
Guys, I had the weirdest dream of like a game show and then drinking and liking drinking and then not liking drinking.
It's a game show.
Pretty sure that was all real.
Yes, I believe that all happened.
Yeah. Yeah, everything you remember happened. A lot of things you don't remember happened, too.
Did I do a handstand while chugging?
Maybe.
Wasn't there to see it, but I believe it.
Who's to say?
Can you do a handstand with your... How far does your mushroom go?
True, can your hands actually go, like...
Was it more...
Yeah, like this.
I'm just saying, that's like a lot harder than just
I'm
holding
picturing-
it straight.
I'm picturing Tether putting her hands on the bottom of the mushroom.
Yo!
No, Tether? Okay, changing the entire character. Tether is Hitmontop.
Oh.
She can
You're gonna be a
spin.
monk now? Spin on the mushroom?
Yo, Druid Monk kind of slaps.
Yeah, you can do that.
Well, what do we want to do today, y'all? Y'all?
Eat. See
Oh.
what's...
No eating.
I want to eat.
That's
I don't know if I've eaten in like 36 hours at this point.
Yeah, it's unclear. This is some spooky.
We should probably talk to all our contacts and see if anybody needs any help.
Okay.
Maybe see if we can get Aletha to like
yeah.
push that due date out a little bit. What with all the extenuating circumstances?
I
Would be
haven't
welcome.
worked on my project in so long. It's
No,
been like
none
2
of us
days.
have.
What project?
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay. I'm gonna... Elitha or the Lore Master? I want to find Elitha first.
Cool.
I can get the info. Oh, I was talking to them. It's fine.
I'll be over here.
I know Una and Chelsea's voice are
I was just-
basically the same.
That was
But...
just an NPC that was walking by the room and overheard.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
No, he was talking to somebody else. Is there?
Sounds good.
No, I'll go talk to Elitha first, and then I can get the lowdown on what's happening with the program.
Okay, and you want to show this poor master the place where it happened?
Lore Master.
Yeah, that. I helped guide us down there twice.
Cool. If you could tether, find the Lore Master, or take a buddy with you, or you can just come with me, and there's a lot of options for how
Honestly,
to go. What?
Based on our track record, we should all go into Solatium together.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Even if we're going somewhere we've been before, like, probably
I
want to all
wasn't.
go down there.
Yeah, I wasn't suggesting we go down there. Separate. Sorry, wait. I wasn't saying Tether go down there by yourself. I was saying I'll contact Elitha. Somebody else can grab Lore Master. We meet up before the Solatium, then go in.
Great. Where does, like, breakfast fit in here?
Wherever it needs to for you.
I can make breakfast.
I'm gonna have some cleansing lemon water.
Does anyone want berries? You can eat them on the go.
You know,
I'll take one like in my pocket, just in case.
I could really go for some chowder for some reason.
Some nice thick chowder this morning.
I'm gonna give myself advantage because I have had a night of rest.
You've digested quite a bit, so yeah.
But
There's probably nothing
but the
left in your
wounds-
stomach.
the wounds are still fresh. Oh fuck!
Oh,
That was a 2 and a 9. I'm gonna go find Elitha.
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
Septon, for future reference, we should probably watch our tongues for the next 24 hours or so until
Like
she's
this?
cleansed. Yes, Tether. It's very good.
Thank you.
Cool. So Una's going to see Elitha. What's everybody else getting up to?
How do you wake up a ghost?
He's awoken at this point, probably just naturally, or not.
Poked him. I poke him with 2 fingers.
Everett, you feel some gentle prodding on your shoulder.
What? Who's there?
I'm here. And so are you, and so is Shandi and Septon. I think Una left. Did Una leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, Una left.
Oh,
Who did Una say she was going to get?
Elitha.
where are we?
We're in my room, me and Una's room.
What?
Yeah.
This is your room?
Yeah.
How'd I get here?
You went to sleep here.
You remember? You like?
Don't you remember?
There was the whole thing where we forgot our memories, and then I was up on the stage, and I was like, Everett, we gotta sort this out. And you took care of Tether, and then you came here with us, and you cast Arcane Lock, and we all went to sleep. You remember that part, right? I'll
Now
admit that the
you say
part
it-
before
yes, I do.
that.
Yes, I do. Now that you say it. There was a moment there where I was worried.
Yeah,
Because
it's weird
the
waking up
stuff
in a
went
new
down.
place.
But
So
that does ring a bell.
so we're taking a poll right now. Are you a chowder guy or a berry guy?
I guess, is it like those things are the things that we will get? Or is that just like a general question?
I just had a great idea. What if I mash up the berries in the chowder?
No,
No,
absolutely
that might
not.
be too much. I don't know if that'll be the right flavor profile.
I can change the flavor of them.
No, I guess I'm a berry person.
Listen, don't waste your magic. You might need it later today. we should just we should go find the lore master. We should go get some chowder and find the lore master.
I can probably make like a fishy salty berry for the chowder.
That sounds. Well, I guess that would just be a caper, wouldn't it?
Yes, but do capers belong in chowder?
Well, it's not the most out of place thing. It's not traditional, I guess, but I mean, you could.
I feel as if we should talk about more important things than this, probably.
All right. Let's
I could add some spice to it too.
whip up some berries,
Oh my
standard
God.
berries, and we'll go find the lore master.
Cool. So Una, we'll start with you as the boys and Tyler go get some chowder and do some other things. Because you just have to go 2 doors down. Knock on the door, and a slightly tired Elitha opens it, says, "Oh, hello, Una," and then steps out into the hallway and closes the door behind her. "What can I help you with this morning?"
I realize it's very early. I hope you're doing well. Me and the others, but mostly me, were wondering where we stand now with the program and our assignments.
Oh, well, I think it might be wise to take today's class off.
Okay.
As I do believe the archives might be in a bit of turmoil. But unfortunately, if you're asking for an extension...
I was not. Some of the others were.
Yes.
That's not really relevant. I'm sorry.
No worries. I unfortunately cannot extend the due date any further than it already is because we leave the following day.
Right.
But I will take this into account for the preparedness that you have for the project. And, in a sense, this should be a learning experience. Now, I don't want this to sound harsh, of course, but, you know, if you are to be heroes dealing with disaster, you need to learn how to get your own projects done in the face of it.
Hey. Thank you.
But perhaps I could give you some extra time during a class session to do your own independent research here in the coming weeks or something to that effect.
That'd be nice. Do you need anything?
Oh, no, I am quite alright, Una. I'm still feeling a bit queasy personally, but I am going to head out today into the archives and see if there's any damage control I can assist with. I may not be the greatest eater, but I am quite adept at several forms of magic, so I think my help might be useful in this sort of situation.
Not that it matters. But do you know who won our contest?
Well, I'm afraid there is no winning when it comes to eating contests.
I mean, but
Beg to differ.
we didn't. I guess there wasn't anyone else. Was there anyone else around us?
Yeah, but they were like passed the fuck out.
Somebody must have been the judge. Again, it doesn't really matter. Okay. And in her head, I'm just gonna say, have you heard anything from or about Turn?
She shakes her head.
Okay. Thank you. And I'll go off to find the rest.
Cool. Okay, so boys and Tether, as you're headed downstairs, and you cross through the lobby, Septon and Shandi, I guess, Everett, you would recognize this individual, though I doubt you'd have any personal relationship with him. You see a familiar person. Someone who was supposed to meet you here, like last week, but went missing, turned up with no memories a few days later. You see the long-haired, slightly tired form of Mikhail Surin, the school teacher. He's pacing sort of quietly and looking around, but as he sees you, he says, hello, Septon and Shandi, right?
Oh,
Yes.
Professor Surin, you're looking more
Better.
yourself.
Yes, I came here to apologize for being so abysmally late for our meeting, but I'm guessing you know why that was.
Yes. we found what was going on.
I watched your bout, your knowledge bout with the madman. Impressive, really. You fared much better than I did, that's for sure. The trivia wasn't a difficulty, but I couldn't really perform in the other aspect of the game.
Right. We sort of cheated, but...
Well, I think forcing people to compete in a game of knowledge is sort of foul play to begin with, so I doubt anyone's going to be keeping track.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone's going to be on the side of the wizard that cost everyone their memories.
Yes.
Was abducting people.
Speaking of memory, if you'll remember correctly, I was searching out some information for you two about a certain symbol.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Right. The symbol...
The
one on the hourglass?
The one on Johnson's neck, the one that was beneath the prong, the 5-pronged thing. I found something. In fact, I found quite a lot, sort of. Do you have a moment? I'd love to fill you in. Over chowder, perhaps?
Yes, I suppose we're not in too much of a rush.
No, we have plenty of time.
Great. I think you'll be interested to hear, at the very least, what it is. Come, let's walk and talk. And he starts heading towards the stairs leading down to the dining hall. So I was looking for information on the symbol that you showed me, and I couldn't find much besides sort of several images of it in various symbology books used as examples for form. But there was no real way to trace that back to what it was. So I decided to check the records room to see if anyone else had come through recently to look for information on the symbol as well. I found someone, but not recently. Little over a century ago, there was a wealthy Eladrin who came in here by the name of Emethet Hagen, who was trying to find information on this symbol as well. And I did a little bit more digging after that, and I found a notebook that Hagen had left here, as well as some pages torn out of an unknown manuscript that sort of described the meaning of the symbol. It'll make more sense if I start from the beginning. Apparently, this symbol is the self-appointed crest of an entity known as the Tyrant. And the Tyrant is the most powerful and advanced of a series of Fey creations known as the Peaduir.
Oh, of course, the Peaduir. That makes sense, actually.
So you're familiar with them?
Wish we weren't.
That's strange, because no matter where I looked, I couldn't really find any record on them. A mention or two here, usually in prose, though, so not a whole lot of explanation.
Yeah, no, years of mistranslation have made it hard to tell and keep records on the Peaduir.
Well, the manuscript left in this journal details their history and creation pretty explicitly, if you'd be interested to hear anything about that.
Yes, I think that would be of great interest to us.
Great. Well, okay, so the Peaduir are... I don't know what you know, so I'm just going to tell you everything that I gleaned from it. A lot of it was difficult to parse. I'm not a wizard or an enchanter of any kind, so a lot of the sort of mechanical nitty-gritty was lost on me, but the concepts I could parse, in the history in particular. But in essence, it's a type of construct forged from mortal souls. In essence, using the binding agent of a now extinct Fey entity known as the Cool She, which was this dog sort of thing that could sort of shepherd souls. They're dead. They were hunted to extinction by devils. It's not important. But anyway, they used that. The inventor...
Not just by devils.
Oh, Yes.
Go on.
The
Extinction, yes.
Yes, the inventor of this construct used that as a binding agent to connect sort of multiple souls together to form, in essence, a puppet master entity. Which the purpose was to control these plant-like constructs and work perfectly as a team under the directions of whoever their master might be. Each of the Peaduir, and there were 5, are made up of a number of passive souls under the control of a slightly more dominant soul that acts as like a team leader of sorts. And each of the Peaduir were given nicknames based on the leadership style of its dominant soul. So the 5 of them, and this is an ascending order of power and complexity. The first was the Beast. It was just one soul bound to a cool she. It seemed to be a prototype of some sort, and it was listed as deceased. The Fool consisted of 2 souls, and there was a note that said remained loyal, whatever that means. The Parish consisted of 3 souls. The note said escaped. The Hero, consisting of 4 souls, escaped, and the Tyrant, consisting of 5 souls, escaped. So the souls used to forge the Peaduir were apparently bought from a soul peddler. You might be familiar with those Septon. Sometimes the devil takes a sojourn in the Feywild and sort of sells souls that it has accrued. I don't know how often the practice is, practiced nowadays, but it was quite popular back in the less glorious days of the Summer Court. But because of the use of these souls in particular, some dark impulses began to show in the Peaduir, and under the leadership of the Tyrant, they realized pretty quickly that they could embody more than just the constructs built for them, but anything. And there's a footnote that Hagen wrote in here that says he hopes the Tyrant never attempts to possess another Peaduir because its influence would be, quote, too terrible, unquote. Of course, the Peaduir then began to obsess not the constructs built for them, but sentient Fae, including the Queen of the Summer Court. And for this reason, the creatures were locked away, with the exception of the Fool, who stayed on to serve the court as intended. And the creator, the inventor, was banished. I tried to look more into this, but there was no word on the name of the Fae that made these things. In any case, that's where the manuscript ends, but Hagen has some more notes. He seemed convinced that the creatures had escaped somehow, and after their thousands of years of captivity, and was looking for any leads on where to find them and how to stop them, as evidently the Tyrant had been wreaking havoc around the small town of Kelshar, up in Renarsia. The notes are pretty inconclusive about whether he ended up stopping the Tyrant or not, but anyway, that's what I found. I'd give you the journal, but it's in the records room, and unless you have an affiliation with the scholars, you won't be able to get in there. So, but that's really, that's all that there was.
You have no idea how helpful most of that is.
I'm glad. It's the least I can do. You at this point probably came downstairs. They're just like in the lobby on their way down. So
a little of it is outdated.
Oh,
Parrish is deceased. But
good to know.
How long ago was the Tyrant supposedly in Kelshar?
If these notes are accurate, it was a little over a century ago.
Okay. And it didn't say who had defeated it.
It didn't seem defeat. It was inconclusive. He didn't find what he was looking for here.
What was it? It was
the Hagen name again. Sorry.
Emethet Hagen.
Emethet or Fet?
Fet. T-H-E-T.
You said it was the Beast, the Fool, the Parish, the Tyrant, and
the Hero.
Wait. We go to a school called Hagen.
There you go. Yes, Tether, you're correct.
That's interesting.
That's a coincidence.
Oh yeah, coincidence.
So is the cool she? This is the one that still boggles my mind.
I did a little research. I can attempt to clarify.
So it was a binding agent for all of the Peaduir, or just or is there one cool she per Peaduir?
It seems as though that was the structure. Yes, for each, there are one for each individual construct. The constructs are made up of multiple souls.
And can a Payadouir survive without the Kulshi?
I don't believe so. I mean, the souls would just be set adrift.
Got it.
The binding magics wouldn't work anymore.
Wow.
That adds up. We've seen. Thank you for looking into this.
Of course. I mean, I had intended to do it in the first place, but I'm glad I could be of some help to the people who, rescued me from being an audience member. Sadistic trivia for the rest of my life.
Glad we could help. I would recommend the same thing I recommended to the last person who helped us learn about this. Don't keep prodding into this after we leave.
Oh, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think there's any more to find. I was pretty extensive in my research.
That's good. But I mean, don't bring it up too much. Our interactions with this information before have not been too positive.
It's not something I find myself terribly interested in outside of helping you out, so no worries there. I am more than happy just to return to teaching my students. We're not in class. Sorry, I don't know your name.
I'm sorry. Since you were an audience member, so you know everything that happened down in Salatium.
It's foggy, but I have glimpses. I mean, it was very clear when I got initially brought there, but the longer I stayed, the harder it was to discern anything.
A couple of us told the lore master what was happening, and the lore master didn't really, didn't fully 100% trust us. And so we thought we were gonna have to take the lore master down there to show.
Which
but
lore
do you think if
master?
you tell lore master what?
Which one?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Because if it was Lore Master Strixton, then I'm afraid he's gonna need concrete evidence.
No. It was
I don't have the name.
It was a woman.
Yeah.
Oh, Lore Master Alaris?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
I'm afraid I don't know her well, but I could inform her of any of the other scholars who are, because I'm not a scholar myself, but I'll head up
Just
there
a little
now.
Testimony. Would
Yes,
probably help our
absolutely.
Case.
I will head up there now. I'm sure others have done the same.
We were actually gonna go and see if we could convince her to come down into Salatium and see the area where it all went down.
But if your testimony makes her believe us, then maybe we don't have to.
Perhaps. I mean, that sounds like as good a plan as any. I don't know Lore Master Alaris all too well. She likes to wander. That's really all I've got. But I'll let her know.
Thank you. We're gonna eat chowder.
Enjoy. Enjoy. I'll take my leave. But again, thank you for saving my mind, I suppose.
Thank you for this info.
Of course.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anytime. Good luck.
Does anyone want a fireball necklace?
A what?
A fireball necklace?
A necklace made out of fireballs?
Are you saying that to Mikhail or after he's gone?
No, after he left.
Don't give him that.
Out of earshot. It was in Everard's stuff.
I
What does
mean,
it do?
it
He
lets
at
you
least
cast fireball.
I'll take it.
3 times.
I'll take it.
Going once. Who wants to fight over it? Okay.
I'll let the wizard handle it.
Tether did also audibly say, "Okay, I'll take it."
But that's okay. They didn't hear it.
They probably heard.
Yeah. Tether, are you sure?
What?
Are you sure you don't want it?
I'm sure Everett would be good
Could
with it.
talk to Everett. And I'm sure you could talk to Everett. and-
It doesn't let you cast fireball. It just lets you create fireballs, right?
There's 3 beads on it, and each one you can throw, and it has the effect of the spell Fireball. So
They regrow, or is it just 3 uses and then it's a necklace?
Yeah, there's 3 uses remaining on this item. This is consumable.
So anyway, Una, you weren't there, but I'm planning on making some sweet, salty, fishy berries.
We're gonna do the necklace first. So
Everett's
who wants
necklace?
it? Tether, do you really want
Yeah.
this? Sorry, Everett, not to... I'm using this as a teachable moment, I say in his head.
No.
I think you and Everett should talk over this, because I'm trying to like turn to Everett. I feel like I'm just like standing in between them.
Absolutely
They're talking. I'm, like,
Shanti and Septon are just eating chowder.
I'm just like holding it.
I'm sure that would look very good on you.
Everett's like a German person in Ireland, where he's just like,
I don't know what
A
that
German
means.
person in an island?
so in Germany, if you ask somebody for something, and then they want it, they just say yes. And in Ireland, if you ask somebody for something and they want it, they say no, I couldn't. Like 3 or 4 times before they accept it. So a German person in Ireland is completely confused because they're like, I don't understand.
Got it.
That's why all of Europe hates each other. It's this kind of shit. They're all trying to be polite and it's not working.
So yeah, you've got two blank staring individuals on either side of you.
I don't understand. She said she doesn't want it.
Yeah,
And
but
it would look very good on him.
right, but see, sometimes
Do you want her to have it?
I want Tether to take this opportunity to speak up for her needs and wants, and not just let the first person who called out have it. That sounded bad.
Well, technically, I was the first person to say I wanted it, but
Okay,
and then she
great,
cast
great,
good berries, and she's like, "But who wants some of my salty balls?"
If we're going to do the experiment, let's put some in here. Hold up my chowder cup.
I think
true.
I added
We
some
said we'd do
fish
it.
stock in it too.
All
We're
right,
putting-
that's
We're putting them in the chowder.
on 3, Septon. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, it's a salty berry. It's not good.
No, but
But it's in chowder.
It's not good.
Okay, but Blake, it's a salty fishy berry.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's like salmon, bro.
It's not like a caper.
No, it's like
no?
it's like a blueberry, but like with fish juice in it.
Oh, I'm not trying to argue for my own right to have the necklace, but I feel like this conversation should disqualify pretty much everyone else here from being allowed to have it.
All right, Everett, I'm gonna give it to you,
Thank you.
and if somebody else really wants it, I'm sure they'll come talk to you
Well,
about it later.
I'll
maybe
have a
without
necklace of fireballs to
maybe without the
work them off
pressure
with.
of so many people around, and I am not being subtle about staring right at Tether.
Tether's hacking right now because she tried eating one straight without the chowder.
Yeah, it's not great.
Oh,
See,
Septon
no,
Xanthus took a long rest. Should we RP that?
We did.
Septon passed out.
Forgot to hit it at the beginning of the day, so I just reset my character sheet.
It's actually not bad if you kind of use your spoon to crush it along the edge of the bowl.
I'm gonna disagree with Shandi that it is in fact bad, but there's definitely a dish out there that could like make this work. It's not the chowder.
Should I add some spice next time?
Maybe that could be a start there.
A nice
I'm going to
contrast.
make a history check to see if this has ever historically been done in any culture.
Sure.
Cooking with good berry? I feel like that's gotta be.
Cooking with fish berry though.
Not so good berry.
If anyone's ever historically made a successful dish using this combination of flavors.
Yeah, I'm struggling trying to figure out how to limit the sugar content.
22.
No.
So, I have a pretty good knowledge of most things. This is not a thing that anyone's ever successfully done. Like, the best chef you can think of, there have been chefs 10 times better than that, and they still couldn't make it happen.
So we're the first and best.
I'm sure, that is a perspective.
That's technically a true statement.
Everett, Una, do you want a salty ball?
I'm okay. I'm reading a book. I just reached into the bag of holding. It was like, surprise me.
Is it the orc sex book? Goblin sex book, sorry.
No, Turn took that. Turn kept that fucking thing on him.
Just so you know,
It's like a light. It's a soft romance novel.
I was just
Oh,
gonna
so it's the safer work version of Little Goblin Girl then.
Yeah. They only hold hands.
if we don't have like a unified thing that we're doing today, Everett would like to talk to Elitha at some point.
Sure.
Great.
I figured you were going to discuss your next plan here at Chowder Ball Emporium.
Great.
But if you want to go do that, you can totally do that.
We probably should also, like, if we can figure out the whole Salatium situation. Well, actually, before I say that, Una, what did Elitha say about the projects?
Oh, okay. So, some good news and bad news. No class today. She can't extend the project, but she said she would give us some time in some classes, possibly, for, like, independent work.
So, Septon, as you marinate no class today, you realize it is Saturday and there wasn't going to be class anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What's the good news?
No class today.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna give us time, in place of regular class, to work on our projects.
Also, the good news is,
If you... Sorry. Go, Tether.
No, you go.
No. Go, Tether.
Okay, sorry. Also, you can think of it as good news because wasn't the project due at the end of our time here? So if we extended it, we'd have to stay here longer.
It's a fair point as well.
That is a very good point. All right.
Also, if you finish it early, and there's still class times where she's gonna have us work on the project, you get free time.
Free beach day!
Free beach day.
Una, look me in the eye.
Uh-huh.
We both know I'm not gonna get the
That-
project done.
I know, but it's not impossible. I'm thinking of all possibilities here.
Maybe.
It could, and maybe if it.
Maybe. No,
Yeah.
no. You know what? You're right. Maybe.
How are everybody's projects going?
I have no idea.
Oh.
It's in a
Not good.
You do have access to the document, I do believe.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the tracking document in a hot minute.
Where?
But I think it's pinned. I don't know.
End.
But I can just tell you right now.
Nope.
I'll pin it. Tether has 3 research points. Una has 3 research points. Septon has 2 research points. Shandi has 1 research point. Everett has 0. And so does Turn also have 0, but I figured that one without saying.
Which document is this?
Bright Persona.
I don't think it's.
Somebody else is in it right now. I don't know which one of you it is.
Oh, it is the Bright Personas one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, research points. Okay.
Bright
yeah,
personas?
I'm just gonna pin it. But why don't you keep?
Are you sure it's pink?
It's probably not, but I'm gonna
Okay.
do that now.
Great.
What would be everyone's spirit animal?
That's not any.
Probably a snow leopard.
Let's move on.
Okay.
What do you folks want to do?
Can I just ask? I know we talked about it a little bit, but I was passed out for that whole thing that y'all had to do, right?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. I mean, I know that y'all flipped the thing and you made everybody party for all that time. But what happened at the end to the guy?
He escaped? He ran away.
Yes, I can feel this one, says Balthazar.
What?
I saw it happen with my, it's not really my eyes, I guess, but my senses. He escaped, his simulacrum wasn't affected because it wasn't a real person, so it teleported him out of my range. I don't know where to, but a mile away.
We kind of think he's like a non-threat at this point.
Yeah.
A mile away is because we're on an island. What direction would a mile away lead to land?
No
direction.
direction.
So they landed in the ocean?
More than a mile away, I assume. He went.
Oh.
Teleport wherever you want. Tether.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a mile away. Because your influence is a mile away.
Yeah.
And then I got that mixed up with his teleporting range.
An easy mistake to make, Tether.
Thank you. I've been making a lot of easy mistakes recently.
Oh, we all do.
I just wanted to say that I'm sorry I led y'all into danger.
You didn't lead us into danger. We went.
We've let ourselves into danger more than anything.
I went in first, so I maybe we shouldn't have taken those steps, but I appreciate that y'all followed.
I feel like
mean,
we would have
if you'd
ended
like-
up there no matter what.
Yeah. And if you'd like a different perspective, most of us have died before because we've been around a lot of danger, and I feel like you haven't been around a lot of danger recently in this library, so we might have caused the danger. And it's not your fault at all. It's our fault. Maybe my fault, and I'm sorry for that.
We don't really need to dwell on whose fault it is. It happened, and we're, for now, okay.
Okay. It's just when I get myself into trouble, usually it's just myself. So I guess I'm not used to getting friends in trouble.
I mean,
Anyway.
I think proportionately, we've been in less trouble since meeting you.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good to hear.
Overall, I'd say.
We've had like one really bad, really threatening situation, but that's like kind of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was the thing with the shadows.
That
And there was the
would
thing
have
with the
happened
wine.
anyway. That would have happened anyway. The what?
The grapes.
Oh, right. But like that would have happened anyway.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like some birds.
And that was like a we were hired to do a job. It wasn't like we ran into trouble.
Yeah,
right?
it's like an annual thing.
Well,
Yeah.
nonetheless.
Yeah.
Thanks for your understanding.
It's true.
So I gotta go talk to Elitha today. But other than that, I'll jump along with anything y'all are doing.
I guess if you want, when you're done with Elitha, I might work on my project, and I could ask you some death questions if that's not a probey thing, and it's an okay thing.
That's okay.
I was gonna say maybe we work on our projects while he talks to Elitha, and then we all talk to the lore master and about possibly going down into Salatium. Did we agree to meet the lore master and take her down there, or we did? Did we say when?
Today.
Sometime today.
Generally.
Today. We do need to do that today. Do we want to do that first?
Still morning.
It's still morning. Or do we
Might
want
as
to
well
like...
get it done now and not have
Let's
it
do it
hang over our
now.
heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Let's
right.
do it now.
Okay, I just don't want to go down there again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks down there.
Everett, if you want to go talk to Elitha, I can mind link with you,
Oh,
and
do-
then
do it.
anytime. Yeah. Alright. I'll link with Sean. Sean, do you still have ear, I
I
think?
believe so.
That's what it says in my notes, but...
Yeah, that's how you guys talked
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
were with
Yeah,
Yeti.
right. Okay. So I'll link with Tether, Everett, Septon. For... Okay, 2 hours. Meh.
2 hours.
12
Hours. 2 hours.
All right. So we'll start with Everett then. So Everett, you make your way into the archives, searching around for Elitha. It's not
No,
terrible.
I'm going with them.
Oh.
I'm going with them.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I had to take off my headphones to connect my laptop.
No,
to
you're
the
good. You're good.
internet.
I'll do that later.
Okay,
I'm going with them.
cool. So then you're all going to find the lore master then.
Oh.
Are you calling people? Are you doing the calling
Peter.
people during the session bit?
Peter!
All out.
You're my
snitch.
You're my problem
snitch.
child, Michael.
Can I investigate for the lore master?
Yeah, go for it.
Great. 24.
Yeah, I mean, you find
Nice.
her. She has irregular ramblings, and you've probably watched her just sort of wander around the library before. Though, as you guys head off into the archives, you do get this sense that things are not great. There's, I wouldn't say it chaos, but it looks like the aftermath of chaos. There's a lot of injured people around. A lot's happened, but fairly quickly you manage to find Lore Master Alaris. She's putting some books back on the shelf where they belong. She turns to you and says, "Ah, yes. How does the day treat you now that you've had some rest?"
We feel a lot better, War Master. Apparently we're supposed to take you downstairs.
Yes, to see the site of this crime. I've had some folks talk to me today, in reference to Everard kidnapping their minds. So I'm inclined to believe you, but I should like to see these runes myself. And none of them seem to know the way in or out.
You wouldn't happen to know the ways around Salatium?
No, my child.
We kind of know, though. Because we were just there.
I mean, we've been there twice now.
Yeah.
I feel like if we were to try to find it, it wouldn't be quite as hard as it used to be, maybe. Unless Salatium is like
Hope.
the stairs at Hogwarts and
Right.
is just constantly
Well-
like rearranging.
Well, like the second time we went down, we went a completely different way and got in the same storeroom.
That is
But maybe-
that is the nature of Salatium.
But maybe it's about intent.
Is Salatium just kind of like Swiss cheese? Is it just a
Yes,
bunch of
it's just-
holes down
It's
there?
a bunch of
Swiss?
strange. I think you mean Skemperin cheese.
Bergen
Hey.
It's just a lot of strange caverns, and the Salati have marked some of them, but their maps are difficult to read because of the amount of verticality involved and the amount of caverns. But if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to see this place where he was abducting our residents.
Okay, let's go down to Salatium.
If you'd prefer for me to find another guide, I'm happy to do so. I don't want to
No.
ask too much of you. After all, it already seems as though you've done a great service to the archives.
No, why would you think that?
You don't seem too keen on heading back down there.
Had 2 bad times down there.
Yes, most times in Slatium are pretty bad, if I'm going to be honest. I do my best to avoid it. Lore Master Arturo is the one who oversees that sort of foray. Strix.
Although
every now
at
and
this
again.
point, we might be the authorities on heading down there pretty soon.
Perhaps.
I think
You,
maybe
I
just
know. I've seen
Of course
you
you do.
before, so.
You do see it, Lars.
But
Well-
I'd love the guide. I warn you, I am no fighter.
That's why we're here.
Yes, you seem to know how to handle yourself in a scrap. So, should anything go wrong, I shall cower. I am but a frail old lady after all.
A better way would be probably
a glint in her eyes. She says that.
a better way would probably to play dead, because most predators don't want to eat an already dead carcass.
But most ghosts see a dead body as an easy thing to inhabit. No.
I don't think we're gonna let it come to that, Tether.
Tisladium!
All right, after you then. No, we'll have to pass through the funeral to get there.
Okay.
Okay.
As long as none of you are too terribly squeamish.
No.
We could wait.
Are there
until
open
it's
caskets?
Over. Well, it starts open. Oh, you must not know our custom. So, we seal bodies in a granite casket upon a raft that is built to fall apart after some number of hours, and we seal them in there with a copy of their favorite book so that they may enjoy it for eternity. Then set them off to sea through the Salatium port. That's actually.
I'm looking out to see if
Can you be buried with like more than one book,
Oh, it's just it's.
or does
the
it have to
one,
be the favorite?
yes.
But what if you really don't have a favorite?
Well, most folks around here tend to keep a list, and we just pick the top one.
What if your list is more like bullet points?
And then they'll pick one of them.
Oh no, who's in charge of picking them?
Well, your closest family,
Oh no.
whoever you set to put in charge in your will.
But what if like okay. In her list, she's gonna like scribble down, just put them all in there.
Una, you're not gonna die, and so that won't be
I'm
a problem.
just saying, I want to be prepared.
It-
If it happens, I want to go.
You're not
properly.
going to die.
I'm just being
You're not
prepared.
gonna die. We're gonna go down now. Okay?
Ladies, this argument is fruitless. You're not residents of the archives. Your remains would be shipped off to your families in the event of your death.
Oh well, I still want that kind of burial,
Yeah,
for the record.
So I'm just real quick. Are we gonna see the bodies or no?
Yeah, yes, you will.
I would like to wait.
Very well. If you feel squeamish.
Yeah,
we could
I'm very
also
squeamish.
blindfold you if you prefer. Until we get into Salatium proper. Process is quite long. We'd have to wait till evening.
Okay.
If you prefer, that's more than fine for me.
close your eyes and we'll hold your hand.
Very squeamish. That's it.
All right, it's no problem for me there.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, well then, to Salatium. Cool. Yeah, head on down.
Do I see any new friends pop out of the caskets?
No. But as you
Damn.
go down, you see that the main sort of lobby Salati area is, I wouldn't say bustling, but there's significantly more people there, all crowding around different little granite caskets. Some of them tearful, some of them pretty stoic. You don't see anyone, like new friends necessarily, but you all see someone you recognize in one of these caskets. You don't know her name, but the woman who worked with Everard, who, when last you spoke to her, was trying to find a solution for her modified memory, is lying in one of the caskets. She looks normal, dressed well, but for a thin red line across her throat.
Wait.
Well, yeah, we
No-
talked to her after the party.
Hmm.
There's another person that you recognize, sort of. Well, make an investigation check, all of you. Because there is another casket next to her with a body that's in significantly worse shape than anyone else here. Definitely more decayed. It's been gussied up, so it's not like terrible to look at, but it definitely doesn't match the rest of the scene.
I'm
16.
actually gonna use a bolster.
Cool.
Yeah, I got a 16.
18.
Cool. 16 and 18. This is Centis Boren, the half-orc who not but a week ago you had dinner with. But this body is a lot more than a week dead. His cheeks are sallow and his skin's starting to peel away a little bit. And you also notice that there are strange arcing burns across his body.
Oh.
Una, make an intelligence saving throw for me.
What? Save. $17.
Seeing this face sort of triggers something in your memory. And briefly, not unlike your dreams, you vaguely recall some imagery from something you lived but don't remember. Centis Boren tripping into the room that you were in. You made a big old stack of books and you were trying to read through all of them. And as he tripped over the books, his form shifted. You didn't make out the details of what it shifted into, but for a brief moment, Centis wasn't Centis. He's someone else. That's all you remember.
Whoa. Okay.
In any case, 2 bodies you do recognize. Among a group of those you don't.
It's 11 people?
There's not 11 people here. Some people fell off the roof, so their bodies aren't really available for a burial. And also there are no Stoics here. A few of them died as well. It's probably closer to 6 people in the room. Caskets in the room.
I don't understand. We saw her but yesterday.
Someone else here is still working for Everard. Or, yeah, must have a connection to him.
And we saw Centis.
And Centis looked, what, a week dead?
More. Probably a couple months.
I think we were talking to Everard. When we talked to Centis a week ago.
Oh no, you can make a history check to try to remember more of that memory if you'd like.
Yeah. That's real sad. That's a 4.
I'm trying to think, but it's tough. Something you can come back to later, but for right now, that's all you know.
From the memory, it seems like that was during the party?
During the party, yeah.
Okay. I'm remembering, he came in, I was trying to read, and he suddenly looked different. But I'm having, while she's trying to remember this, for fun, Una's eyes go black, like they do when she does her psi stuff. A little freaky, but. Only I could get that filter on Discord.
Balthazar did say that his simulacrum didn't seem affected. Is it possible that's what's still lurking about?
The simulacrum left as well. Wasn't here for the party.
Would you have sensed it if it came back?
Yes.
Okay. You remember what I'm talking about, Balthazar?
There was a lot going on, Una, if I'm
Okay,
going to be honest with you.
No, I understand. Just
I had my hand in many bowls, if that makes any sense.
yeah. Okay. I'm assuming we're still walking.
Yeah, you
through,
can.
or-
Oh, I mean, I had assumed you were just waiting in the funeral room.
Oh,
Yeah, I kind of assumed we were passing through.
You can head on through if you want.
Did we... Lore Master, do you know how these people passed?
Quince! You see Quince, the guy, older wizard that you know, is standing over the casket of the woman. He turns. Oh, Lore Master, friends. Do you know the deaths of these two? Do you know what happened? Quince sort of scratches his head a little bit and he says, well, Elsie, we meet for chowder in the mornings. She didn't turn up this morning. But I saw her last night after the party, so my guess she died in that fight between the Stoics and the scholars.
There was a fight between the Stoics and the
It originated on
Scholars.
the roof. Some Stoics found themselves partying, thought the Scholars must have cast some sort of spell on them, and it got a little violent. No deaths, sans hers, as far as I know.
See,
Bruises
we
and
talked to her
scrapes
yesterday
and-
as well, so we were surprised to...
Aye, she mentioned as much. She came to me to have a curse removed from her. Fix her memory or something.
And
Oh, I did. She did a big smile. She said, "This will be interesting. I'll see you in the morning." And that's the last I heard from her. You don't think it's related, do you?
in some ways, yes.
Oof. That's...
In everybody's heads, the people that I've got around me, I want to be like, anybody know Talk to Dead? I don't think any of us are high enough for that, but
One of you does know Talk to Dead because he tried to cast it before.
shit.
You're muted, Tommy.
You're muted.
Still in
You're
people.
still
I do, but I can't today. Unfortunately, I can do it tomorrow.
Bodies will be gone by then.
As far
Well,
as Sentis is concerned,
Disrespectful.
not sure. I wasn't friends with the man. We had different things that we did, but he looks a little more dead than he should.
We spoke to him like a week ago.
Can somebody remind me the context of when we met him? I'm having trouble.
You had
We were really awkward
yeah,
around him.
you had dinner with him one night up on the roof in the rain, and you guys were pretty weird, so he left.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Could you maybe ask to I don't want to reserve the body of the woman for tomorrow if it means the security of the school?
Oh, I'm afraid it's sort of against our traditions. Lore Master, Lara sort of says. Unfortunately, Tether, if I were to change the rules for every mysterious death, then we'd have no order.
I'm gonna say in my
Well, maybe
mind,
if you did stuff like that, you would have less mysterious deaths.
Things like that have been tried. It actually ended up with more deaths than less.
Sorry.
I'm gonna do my mind link with Una and be like, we could just steal it. They're not using them anymore.
Also in the mind. That just seems so disrespectful.
It's not.
Back to who are we Quincy? Are we talking to?
Quince, yeah.
No, Lore. Quince
and the lore master are there, so.
We just think that Elsie seems to have been killed for knowing too much. And if there's any way we could make an exception, I think it could help a lot of people.
Make a persuasion check.
I don't think Una's done one of
You can have advantage because Tether's been sort of helping in that. And
+0, baby. 15.
I'll discuss it with Strixton.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
present matters.
I understand.
Quince, do make sure they don't send her body out yet. Let's hold on to it for now, till we can get a ruling from Strixton.
In your head, Una, Tether's gonna say to herself, but as we know, she doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Or she doesn't listen to the mushroom, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
There, lead the
Keep
way.
going.
Alright, you make your way into Solatium proper. Who's leading the way? I think I know the answer, but I'll ask. Yeah, I mean, you're sort of off screen, so I didn't see what you did right there, but
I'm off screen. I'm dead center on my camera.
just a little bit more. Keep turning that way. Keep scooching your camera that way.
This is like center.
Now you're good. Whoop, too far.
I'm...
Just look at the
That's weird.
stream. Make a survival check for me.
Sure. Plus, let me just pull out my character sheet just in case I don't remember for some reason. 18.
Okay. Roll 2d8 for me.
Cool. Two 4s.
All right, roll one of those again.
Oh. 1 and a 4.
Okay. All right, cool. So you make your way down deeper. You try to follow the same paths that you were following before, but all sort of looks the same. You feel pretty good about staying on path, though. But as you turn a corner, the torches lighting the hallway begin to flicker in slow, deliberate patterns. And as they flicker, there's shadows of things that aren't there that begin to appear on the walls. With each flicker, they get closer and closer and closer. I need you all to make an intelligence saving throw for me.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's a 5 for me.
All right.
A 2 from me.
All right.
14.
Cool.
18.
Cool.
14.
Cool. And a 16 from Shale Olaris. Shandi, you take 5 points of psychic damage. And Septim, you take 9 points of psychic damage. As the shadows bear down on you, and you see Shandi and Septim flinch reflexively. But nothing happens beyond that. The torches are just back to normal.
Do the shadows look like my kind of energy, or
It's just like a normal shadow on the wall, like as though there were something casting that shadow next to you. Cool. Take a minute to take that in. But Lore Master Alaris says, I suggest we keep going.
Yeah, I think that's the best move.
Yep.
Could have been much worse.
Oh, we're well aware.
10, 12 minutes later, you turn a corner down an alley, hallway, and you see a figure in the robes of the scholars, an archivist, as far as you can tell, sort of stumbling forward and around the next corner.
Oh, right there.
Do you call
an
out?
archivist? You said.
Yeah.
You all right there?
No response.
I say we keep going.
Why do I feel like Red told us if we meet somebody down here to just ignore them? Or something like that.
Oh.
I feel like Red said something like, oh, if you run into somebody who like claims this or that, like, keep going.
Don't believe
Yeah.
them. Yeah. All
I
right.
suggest we avoid
trust
and keep going.
Cool. You head forward. You do pass that corner. It's not the corner you're turning, but you pass it, and there's nobody in that hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Keep going.
Yeah, you
Just keep pushing
Yeah.
forward.
keep your way through until eventually you reach, once again, Area F.
We get some F's in the chat.
Good job.
Okay.
Well, Alaris, we're here.
Right? Oh. Right here?
No, there's a
Within
door.
this containment area.
Very well.
Do we know? So when we were back in Metaverse, you said we saw an image of Everard in like a throne thing.
Yeah, it's in a large.
Do we know where
raised
that
chair.
was exactly?
It was in the center of the room that you guys were going into.
Oh, then.
There was just some,
okay.
There's just some artificial darkness around it.
Okay.
Making it impossible
Okay.
to really make
For
out
some
the
reason, I
detail.
thought it was like outside the room. Never mind then. Keep going.
Make toward the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you make your way towards the door. It's closed.
The
Very-
fucking cat here.
No, the cat is not here.
I think the cat was the other one of him that could cast spells.
Mm.
Well, I mean, we learned our lesson last time. I think maybe take it nice and cautious.
Does it open?
It's unlocked now, yeah.
Anyone
Yeah.
have a? Okay.
Alright. You open the door up. It's dark inside, but not magically dark like it was before. It's not empty, though. Sitting in the center of the room on a large raised throne. This is a woman with golden skin and an exquisite black dress.
Oh, this isn't great.
Perched on either side of the throne are two small purple figures with pitchforks over their shoulders, and three figures standing in front with beards that are writhing and full of spines. To her left side is a large set of armor, but the face of the helmet is that of a baby holding a large halberd. And she, as you enter the room, she warmly smiles. You're right on schedule.
No.
For what?
I was expecting you. Or should I say, my business partner for the time was expecting you. You see, you made someone very, very cross and very, very desperate
Can you use proper
interrupted
nouns,
their
please?
spells. Of course, desperation is my strong suit. Come in. I don't bite.
I'm gonna mind link with Una real fast.
Yeah.
Hey.
Has it been? It's been 2 hours, or has it been?
It's probably been like an hour since you did that.
Okay.
So you've
Yeah,
got some
then we're
time
good.
left.
Before we go in there, I got 3 of these fireballs. Want me to just throw them in there? We close the door.
To the group. So Everett is suggesting some fireballs.
Tell
Any
Everett I'll
input?
close it in 5 seconds if he wants to do it.
All right, let's do
I
it.
don't recommend this.
Okay.
don't-
Septon's saying no. And I kind of am siding with Septon. Actually, I'm really siding with Septon.
Yes, we don't know what she's capable of. It's possible the fireballs won't be enough, and then we're over an even worse situation than before.
So what I'm
Lady-
thinking. So what I'm thinking is, we go in. She's obviously was working for everyone. She wasn't using proper nouns for no reason, but we go in and she wants to fight us. Or we do this and she still wants to fight us, and we get some chip damage.
The okay, so fireballs as a backup.
Septon's
Balthazar as a backup.
Once we're in the room.
Septon's gonna step up towards the door, but not go
Okay.
through it yet. And just say, Lady Delathane, the last time you were so kind as to welcome us in, you didn't mind when we left. Can I assume we'll be under the same arrangement?
Oh,
We-
I wish you no ill will. I've come under contract to test you, make an assessment.
Ah. Test us in combat?
Perhaps.
Can you? I'm sorry. Could you be a little more? What's the word? It's explanative. Is that a word?
Explanatory.
Explanatory. I think you're being a little vague. So if you'd please, like, maybe say who you're friends with, and maybe say why you're testing us and for what.
Listen, whelp. I don't take notes on presentation from half-breeds like yourself.
So I think we should do the fireballs.
I throw the fireball, shut the door.
All right, you throw in some fireballs.
Oh my god.
How many fireballs are you throwing?
I throw all 3 fireballs.
All
I shut
3
the door.
fireballs. All right, so why don't
This
you
is-
roll 3 fireballs worth of damage for me?
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, Una's too stunned to speak. I really have to pee. I am so sorry.
Go for it. Yeah, you're
Oh.
awesome.
All right. Roll.
I both in and out of character think this is a terrible idea.
She was mean.
Fireballs are what? 5d6? 5d8?
8d6.
8d6. Okay. 8d6.
We just attacked a 7th level spellcaster.
Okay, first one is 29.
Okay.
Second one is 34. Third one is 32. 29, 34, 32.
Cool. All right.
Lucky number.
Whoom! You huck it in there, and you hear boom! Huge explosions go off. Shut the door. What are you doing?
All right. Sorry. I just.
Do you want to arcane lock that?
Yeah, let's do that. Boom. Arcane lock.
Cool.
Well,
You wait. I mean, you wait for a moment. Some smoke filters out under the door.
well, Lord Master, I apologize. This is where it all went down, but Lady Delathane was not here. For?
It's Day of Fane, dear.
Oh,
You hear at the end of the corridor outside, and you see standing there,
I can't arcane lock it. Just so you know. I just so undo that.
one way or
Undo.
another. At the end of the corridor, you see unharmed unscratched. Lady Daphane.
My apologies, ma'am. We met so briefly before.
I'm sorry, but I don't apologize.
Nor should you. Your assessment is complete. Oh.
Did we hurt the other things in there?
They're
because I
dead.
only really wanted to hurt you. Oh.
And for that, your assessment is complete. I shall
Did
go
we
report.
pass?
I shall go report to the researcher. You are an interesting bunch. I see why the strategist keeps you around. Hope we don't meet again. She turns to go, but before she does, she looks back. Right at you, Shandi. If I'm not mistaken, you're Althea Resk's protege.
In a sense, yes.
I see he's still up to his old tricks. If you survive long enough to do it, give my regards to the old cheat. Farewell. Should you ever find yourself in a desperate time, you only need to ask my help.
Kindly, ma'am, we'll never do that.
That's what we said about the hourglass.
I like Balthazar more.
That's the thing about desperation, isn't it? None of us ever think we're gonna get there. And that's what makes it so tasty.
Well, I think you smell bad.
I've never much liked demons. And half demons aren't much better, it seems.
And you look like you didn't never really liked skincare.
They really know how to raise them wrong, don't they? Well, enjoy your time. Good luck with the little researcher. My job is done. She smiles, waves behind her, and that same shimmering portal appears. And she steps into it and disappears.
Things
Well-
considered, that went not as bad as it could have.
Yeah, we're all alive.
Can we just have like 1 week where there isn't a new baddie after us?
1 week.
I feel like,
I would.
I feel like we
I
have
would be
so many
thankful for-
enemies that we didn't ask for.
I'm
I
sorry,
don't
I feel
think
like
she's
we're
our
down
enemy.
here, and so we should like look for like whatever the evidence is, and then we could leave.
Stefan?
I don't think she's our enemy.
What do you mean?
Like, so far everyone we've dealt with has, like, power over us, or they get us in a trap, or they make us do something for them. The 2 times we have interacted with her, she's been like, hello, and we've been like, you know what? No thank you, goodbye. And she's just let us go. Like, I feel like we could have just talked our way out of that. Or, you know, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I think this went pretty well compared to some of our other trips down here. Tethered to your point about the evidence, pretty sure it all just got fireballed.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I guess I wasn't raised right. I'll wait by the door to leave. And I'll just walk back to the entrance.
Hey,
Open the door, just like look inside.
Yeah, it's a mess. The throne has been thoroughly destroyed. You get the sense there were probably runes on the floor here, but the floor has been sort of nuked as well. There are several devil corpses strewn across the room as well. None of them seem to be moving.
What about Baby Night Corpse? Is he there too?
Yeah, the armor's like exploded and dented in and leaned up against the wall.
Good.
Can I investigate their bodies, such as they are?
Sure, make an investigation check.
Can I check out the throne?
What's left of it? Yeah, you
Or-
can make an
yeah.
investigation check.
That's what I meant.
All right.
18.
Cool. It's hard to tell. It was just stone, probably stone shaped into a throne.
Yeah.
18 on the investigation of the bodies.
What are you looking for in particular?
Anything that remains usable or valuable, as well as indications of, where these things came from, who they served, why.
Sure. There's a halberd next to Baby Knight. There's some small, like, pitchforks. One of them got snapped in two by the explosion, and a couple glaives, which have definitely looked better. They don't carry any coinage or any valuables, but you do notice the marking of a piano on the collar of Baby Knight's armor.
Hey, come. This is piano on Baby Knight's on this little guy's armor.
Lady Delafane plays piano.
That makes sense.
This is a Maragon, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Their symbology dictates who they serve, so
Oh.
probably the correct observation.
While everybody else is searching through stuff, can Septon kind of like describe to the lore master like how the room was, what was going on last time we only briefly saw this through like a cloud of yeah.
You do your best to describe it, and she, yes, well, there were certainly runes here. It could have been helpful to know what they said, but this wasn't a bad choice. There are several devils in here, and I couldn't fight them, so throwing fireballs at them doesn't seem like a terrible idea.
I really did think about it, like, for more than a second. And I realized that the only strategic advantage we were going to have was in that moment. Any other time, and that advantage would have been lost. So, it really wasn't a rash decision. I promise.
No,
And it ended well. I can't hold it against you.
yes,
Honestly,
I'm
like,
not
for our-
oh.
I mean, for our group, I feel like it's more recently we've been taking a few more risks, and it's overall been working out. And that's coming from somebody who plans everything. So that's all I wanted to say. I'm done.
No. I sense that the present danger is done, but it'll take me some time to collect as much information as I need here. I'd appreciate if you stuck around to make sure that nothing comes back to take me out, but it will probably be several hours, given the state of the
Absolutely.
room.
Who would be happy to stay and stand guard?
I'll stay.
Appreciated.
So I was transferring between Twitch on the toilet to back here. What did Lady Delathane say in summary once she blipped out of the room?
It's Deathane.
Deathane, thank you.
And she just said that her job was done, that you guys were intriguing. She knows why the strategist keeps you around. She was going to go report to the researcher, and then she was really mean to Tether.
Yeah. I got
And then she
that.
said,
Oh, yeah.
Shandi, I know your dad.
Right, okay.
She
That's
did do
about
that.
where I
She did
came
do
in.
that as
She knew my name
Call
the
me
first time I
Mom.
met her.
I don't know much about who that was, but if you referred to her as Lady Deathane,
Yes, met her once before down here
the
briefly.
virtuoso of desperation, they used to call her. It's about all I know. Big in the age of sunrise, I should say.
Don't suppose there'd be information about her upstairs.
Yeah, I'd imagine there would be.
And she's a devil, an
Yes,
entity,
a fiend, a devil.
Got it.
Can I make a history check?
Go for it.
A strategist. Don't tell me there's another like group
17.
of Payadouir. I cannot.
17. I'm gonna roll the thing. No, yeah. You have seen the. Yeah, you recognize. She is a powerful fiend who often turned up like directly after major disasters or tragedies in order to make deals with the truly desperate. Early in the Age of Sunrise, so like way back at the beginning of recorded history, she was defeated by a group of heroes and wasn't heard from again after that.
Now, you know, this is triggering some old memories for me. And I'm realizing that the reason I threw those fireballs might have been more motivated than I had initially thought.
What do you mean?
You know, when you see her, it always sounds like it's gonna be okay. But it always gets worse.
Have you
I think
seen her before?
I think if we... There was one time. But I won't make that mistake again. And I'm glad I didn't.
Do you... So you've encountered her before? Did we know this? Or is this new for information for us?
Information, as far as you know.
Okay. Would you mind telling us?
I keep it to myself, but it didn't go it didn't go as good as this time. We'll just say that.
Okay.
If I may be so bold as to add something?
Of course.
She really did something for me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Yep. Oh,
Well,
But you're a demon. Out here
Congratulations.
insulting demons.
Septon, you don't think I'm into that?
maybe you like
Good
that.
point.
Yeah.
You make a good point. All right.
You know who made me.
Oh, that makes sense.
Hey, if we keep getting into tight situations, maybe you'll be free and then you can meet her.
Hey, at the
That
moment.
was really dark. I don't know why.
No, I mean at the moment, Balthazar, you and her both, come to us in our time of need.
Yeah.
Yes,
We're
but
desperate.
I offer a party, and she probably offers a contract that will steal your soul from you. And how devils are.
Oh yes.
Now,
Much better than demons. Much worse than demons? What are you getting at, Balthazar?
oh well, no, demons will just kill you, right? Or eat you, or turn your blood into wine. The thing, normal things to do.
As you do.
But
yeah.
a devil's gonna trick you into a contract and pretend they're your friend, and then at the end of the day, they steal your soul.
Pretending they're your friend.
So, are you implying that this is a fake friendship, Seppi?
I'm giving you a hard time.
You're not the only one.
Septon's like trying not to laugh with Balthazar.
Got an boss left, but that don't mean I can't. I can't still do magic.
Not
Ooh,
like
boy.
gets as far away. Una goes over to the lore master
Everett
Alaris.
makes his lightning is like little lightning sparks come out his fingers, and he's like, "Y'all better watch yourselves." That's all I'm saying.
Woo, tough crowd. Ooh.
It's okay, I thought it was funny.
I knew you did.
To be fair, Una thought it was funny and then was scared of that. That's why she walked away.
In any case, you didn't sign a contract with her, so that's probably good. I mean, devils, it depends, devil to devil, I suppose. But generally, my experience with devils is that they're more interested in getting you to give them your soul than they are in just killing you.
Yeah.
And believe me, if she wanted you to be dead, you'd be dead.
Yeah, that was why I wasn't about throwing the fireballs at her.
Yes.
Fridge just.
It seemed like it worked out, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I've been proven wrong.
Pass whatever test she had for you.
Who do we think she's referring to? She said the researcher and the strategist?
Well, the researcher's definitely Everard, is it not?
It's gotta be. Who's the
Wait.
strategist?
I thought it was this. I thought Everard was the strategist because she said he was interested in us.
I thought she said she saw why the researcher was interested in us, and she saw
I had that
why
backwards. Wait.
the strategist kept us around.
Yeah, so what she said is she was working with the researcher and was going to report on the status of this assessment as per their contract. And she also made a comment as to you folks being interesting and understanding why the strategist kept you around.
We don't know who the strategist is.
It could potentially be our mystery killer, although that seems like a stretch.
Could be something more grand. She might be referring to one of the many characters we have relations with. Probably not
Someone
Heather's.
Someone at Hagen.
Could be.
Can I make an investigation check? Like,
On
I'd like to investigate the space for any sign of the thing. The thing that the reason, that thing.
This guy, the prongs.
I
No, I
don't
think this
I don't
symbol-
actually know what thing you're talking about.
The
symbol?
Okay, yeah. Hold on.
You can
the
roll an
E symbol?
investigation check, but also DM me.
Cool.
Oh no, I know
it's
what you're
just-
talking about. Yeah,
Oh.
make an investigation check.
Never mind.
We're not in the know on this one,
Got it.
guys.
Got
11.
it. Got it.
No sign. Well, then
Nothing at all.
nothing-
No indication. Okay. Cool.
Nothing even remotely similar
Ah!
feeling.
All right. Well, I think unless we're gonna steal some stuff from down here, well, actually, I guess it's free, so it's not stealing. We should head
Is there
home.
anything to steal?
Well, are you not
already got all the
standing
stuff
guard
we
for me? Did you decide not to do that?
We're staying.
Staying here for
Yeah,
a
we'll
little
stay.
rest.
But I'm saying we'll
She turns
have idle-
around. We're gone.
What the fuck?
idle-
A
have
dust cloud.
We can have idle chatter until that point, and then
Yeah.
go home.
Can we go see if Heather's okay?
I was about to
Yeah,
just.
you want to? Una, you want to handle that?
Yeah, okay.
Tether, you were at the entrance to Area F, or just
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey Tether.
Oh, hi. Are we ready to go?
Not yet. What was her name again? I feel bad keep calling her the lore master. Alaris?
Yeah, Lore Master Alaris.
Alaris.
Something to that effect.
Lore Master Alaris. She's just gonna be in there for a bit longer, so we're standing guard to help her.
I guess the fireballs really just messed up all the evidence.
No. Where did you get that from?
Because it was a bad idea. Because obviously she has her best interest at heart. She's like, right?
I'm sorry. Could you use some proper nouns?
No, remember? Because Septon said she's probably on her side, and
Yeah.
the room's probably busted up because of the fireballs. You did say that.
It's kind of a
Right?
stretch of what Septon said,
I
but
know. Hold
yes.
on.
It's a fair
Not here.
interpretation.
Yeah, that is what he said. I think he just meant it more as a fact. Yes, it destroyed evidence, but I don't think we're in deep trouble because of it. She's still collecting what she can. And look, I'm not fully sure that she's on our side, but it is a possibility. Who are you mad at here? And it's okay to be mad at somebody. I'm just trying to help.
No, I know. I was just thinking. Honestly, I don't really know who I'm mad at, but I'm just
Fine.
mad
Okay.
and upset, and I would like to brood.
Okay. So would you like me to stay here in silence, stay here and keep talking to you, or allow you your
Just because
space?
someone is like nice and offers you help doesn't mean they don't wish you ill will, you know.
Right. Absolutely. I think part of whatever crazy journey this is, we're gonna be facing a lot of these situations where we don't know who's on our side. So when we can't trust anyone else, we have to trust and talk to each other. And it's okay to argue and disagree with our group as long as we still trust each other.
I'm not mad at anyone here.
Okay.
I am more mad
You know
at...
it's okay if you were... Okay, sorry, keep going.
No, I'm just more mad at other types of situations that are above all our control.
That's... Yeah, mad at the universe. That's completely fine. And it definitely does seem out of our control right now. But
I just want to get out of here.
okay. I'm gonna do it. As I'm gonna like back away and be like, well, I think she just has a little bit more time, and back off. And in Una's best / worst turn accent, in Heather's head, she's gonna go, fuck me. You know, Tether? I know it's really hard right now, but if we want to be heroes, we're going to have to go through some tough times. What are you
So
rolling?
is it like an archway,
Yeah.
right?
I guess.
So
I
it's
have
like-
to be able to see you to... Oh wait, no I don't. If I'm linked with you, I don't technically have to.
So like,
but-
and it's like a hallway, right, leading out.
Yeah.
And so like, theoretically, if you exit the archway and then like go directly left or right, you're like at an
Hidden?
L shape.
Yeah.
Hidden.
You can't be seen from inside.
Yeah, Tether will do that.
Okay. And for us, what's Tether doing? Just walking out there, or...
Yeah, she just like immediately left to the right, so she's like away.
Cool.
Alright, I'm just gonna go back to the group. I'm gonna kinda split the difference between the group and Tether.
Cool.
Just so I can like peek out, so I can at least see like a little curve of mushroom, and
Sure.
but so it doesn't feel like I'm staring at her.
Alright. So the Lore Master spends the next few hours taking notes, picking up fragments of rock, examining the material that was drawn on it or carved into it. But eventually she says, well, I think I have everything that I need. Thank you for waiting. Shall we go?
Of course.
Yeah. Oh.
Alright, well, lead the way.
In I'm sorry, guys.
No, this-
In Septon's head, Una's gonna at some point is gonna be like, "All right, I'm not telling you what to do, because I hate when people do this to me. But I know, and I don't even know if it would help. But Tether seems very frustrated. I don't think she's told me she's not mad at you. I think she's more frustrated with the whole situation. It might be beneficial if you talk to her. Again, it might be terrible.
I'll give her some time and see what it feels like.
Yeah. Okay, and that's all I'm doing.
All right, Tether, let's get a survival check.
That's 16.
16, 2d8 again.
The fuck? I rolled 2 2s.
All right, reroll one of them.
2 and 4.
Reroll the 4.
I rolled 2.
I'm pretty sure 2 2s mean we are free.
You're fine.
The
8.
archives is cured.
And we all
What'd
get
you
A's
get?
on our assignments.
What'd you get, Tether?
8.
Cool. All right, so the first, you lead your way back up, and you come across a room that you haven't been through before, though you really thought you were on the same track as you were before. It's a room filled with magical items and weapons of all kind, just like in piles all over on the side of the room. There is a fairly threadbare red carpet running the length of the room, and on either side, just any magical item you could think of.
Okay, we're gonna walk across this room and not touch anything.
Yes, we're not. I'm gonna.
No, you're right. You're right.
We're not.
Wait, hold
touching
on,
them.
I'm not trusting anything down here. Except for
Wait,
my
What was
friend.
that? What was that, Everett? Yeah. What? What were you saying?
Well, how about this?
Maybe we could touch. Yeah.
No, you can't.
Mm.
The rest of you go through the door, and then I'm gonna touch it and then go ghost zone, and that way we'll find out, if it's bad or not. And then if it's good, you can come back and grab whichever you want.
Fantastic.
Well, bad things can manifest in different ways. It might be an outward trap, or it might be a cursed object that might hurt you even if you do go ghost.
In which case, that is a cross I'm willing to bear for the team.
What do the things look like?
It's hard. It's honestly hard to make it out. There's swords, axes, potions, scrolls, helmets, armor. It's just a big old pile of anything you can think of on either side of the carpet. Nothing on the carpet.
All right. Maybe we leave this one be.
If I touch one and then there's danger, I'll just leave.
Okay.
All I'm saying, if you touch it and there is danger and it's danger you can't get away from, then we have to come back in and help you.
Also fair.
Yeah,
I mean, this
but I have karma right now because of the fireballs, so I get one for me.
couldn't stop you with the fireball's not gonna stop you now.
In everyone's head except Everett's. I'm gonna go. Just go. Don't think there's any arguing with this.
All right, Everett. As you reach for an item,
Can I pick one?
it's really hard to make out what they are, and also it's a random roll table, so no.
Oh, okay, cool. I reach for a random item.
And as soon as any part of you leaves the carpet, so you could be reaching for in the direction of to try to look for something. Make a charisma saving throw.
All right. Am I charismatic? Yeah, I am. Okay, that's not bad. Let's give it a roll. All right. Well, not good.
What is it?
A 9.
9. All right. Roll a d20.
Straight up. Where'd my d20 go? I'll just do this. Roll D20. 14.
Okay. One moment. As I pull up this.
Please tell me we're gonna have another perpetual madness.
Roll a D100 for me now.
Oh shit.
Oh no. Oh no.
No, that's the item.
Oh.
It is.
There's like very few times you have to roll a D100.
I make a lot of tables.
Oh wait, I have these. Okay.
I was thinking.
I have
wild
physical
magic
D100s.
But not a physical D20.
I know. I don't know what happened to it. It's like gone.
Oh,
Maybe Moon ate it.
yikes.
That'd be very large for a cat to eat.
37.
Okay. As you step off, or your hand moves off the carpet, you go on autopilot. You know exactly what you're going for, and you pick it up, and you pull back a potion. It's a potion. Some nice green fluid in there, light green, not like toxic looking, but sort of see-through, fairly viscous. And you
Mountain
sort of
Dew.
snap back into yourself, and you're holding this potion.
Can I make a perception check for what happened to my brain? Or an insight check?
Probably be an insight or an arcana check.
All right, I'll do Arcana. Again with this shit. All right, here we go. 25.
Yeah, you get the sense that the room charmed you into picking this treasure.
Oh. Can I do an instant identify on the potion?
Yeah, it's the potion
I
of
did.
it's a potion of animal friendship.
Hey guys. So the broom just kind of makes you pick something, but I'm unharmed.
Right? I'll give it a try. If you're unharmed,
I'm unharmed.
yeah, I'll reach out and grab something. Why not?
All right,
You can't eat this move.
make a charisma saving throw for me.
Save. That's a 12.
All right, roll a d20.
20. 17.
Okay, and a d100.
44.
All right, you reach in, and you once again go on autopilot. You reach in, and you pull out a potion of healing. Standard potion of healing. You recognize this thing?
Oh. Healing potion. Alright, I mean... Sure. Why not? I feel fine, guys. I don't feel cursed.
Shandi is just staring at Una and Tether. He's one more person away from his peer pressure barrier breaking.
Okay. I think that's good. So 2 for 2. So I think we move on.
Sure.
All right, if you don't want a free thing, mine's a potion of animal friendship.
That's
I can be
fantastic.
friends with animals whenever I want.
Fantastic. I'm just like closing her eyes and looking away from the room. Or the hallway.
Can't wait for this potion to like explode the minute I walk
Right.
into the room.
Turns into like a pit fiend or something.
Summons a Tarask.
Right.
Potion of
Well,
Tarask.
nobody else wants anything.
Potion of Tarask. You drink it and a Tarask comes out of you.
But it's your own Taras, so it follows your directions.
You would be
Potion
broken.
of TPK. Yeah, I don't know if you'd live a Tarask coming out of you.
I think we move on. I'm gonna like look at Tether.
I'm
What's
ready to go
Tether's
whenever.
face? Looks like great. Okay. That was great, you guys. That was awesome.
Observe
Let's
my
keep moving
tactics.
on. So,
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Thanks for the 20 months of subbage, Sean. Enjoy your DMing.
hey, Sean.
All right, cool. Yeah, you move on. Yeah.
Remember when Sean made me fall for somebody who looked like Tommy?
Yeah, I do remember that.
You're
In another
Summer-
world, my character married a character that looks like you. It's not weird though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Sean
fine.
described the character as a Tommy Walters-esque.
I do remember. Yeah.
Isn't that also the description of Johnson?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm just canonically in every world.
Well,
Just like a
because
fucking
Johnson,
I do remember
Johnson
when,
was
I
me
do remember,
reusing that character with a different name, so.
I do remember when like Blake took over. Like there was like a moment of flirtation, and I was like, "Wait, what's he look like again?"
It's
And
Tommy.
Blake went, "Tommy." I was like, "Okay, sure."
He built you a fucking library, didn't he, or a monastery?
Yeah, he did.
That's a good
Well.
campaign.
Anyway.
Thanks, Tommy, for building Chelsea's character a monastery.
You got it. You know, happy to help.
In any case, you continue along your way. And Tether, you lead them upwards. And eventually you turn the corner and then immediately stop because you can see on the ceiling. Who fucking... who did you call? Was it Sean? Problem child.
How's
I was
my
about to
favorite
kiss
student?
him on the lips and he hung up.
He's DMing.
I was about to kiss Sean. I was about to kiss you on the lips, and you hung up.
He's DMing. In any
So we
case,
see.
you see on the ceiling
Fuck.
an eye. A giant, veiny, twitching eye that's just sort of looking around the hallway.
We don't.
I can cast Fog Cloud, and we all hold hands until we're out of the corridor. So it
I'm
doesn't
gonna wink
see
at
us.
it.
Doesn't seem to acknowledge you. You're sort of out of the hallway still.
Does it blink?
There's no eyelids.
Is it
Oh.
hanging or floating?
Attached to the ceiling.
Like a uvula?
Does it have like an optical nerve coming down?
Yeah, it's like an open eye growing out of the ceiling.
Got it. I like fog cloud.
I agree.
Okay, let's hold hands.
We'll
And I
do-
cast
Alright.
Fog Cloud in the hallway.
Wait, everybody do this. Wait, and then wait.
So it looks like we're holding hands. Oh,
Wait,
shit.
yeah, wait. Wait.
I'm going
So
down
like,
to.
wait, I have to go
yeah.
down to hold. Hold on.
I got
I'm not
Tommy.
looking at-
Tommy,
Oh,
I got
Tommy.
Tommy. You go up to the top diagonal with your down arm. No, other one.
So
Yeah.
I gotta be outstretched.
Yeah, and then Peter, you go.
Am I backwards?
Yeah. There you go.
On Discord, it'll be.
And then Michael switch hands. And sorry, Peter, your other hand should go over. Yeah. There, look, we're all holding hands.
Good.
This is a weird session, guys.
What are you talking about? We're having
No.
character growth.
This has been a weird session.
All
We're
right.
having eyeball uvulas.
Yeah.
We're having sexy demon devil times. It's
Yeah.
I
fine.
thought you said sex scenes. I was like, did I miss something?
Scenes.
The fog cloud apparates through the hall, and you all holding hands make your way through. Find your way to the other end unharmed.
Okay. Nice.
Cool. You
Good.
That's
continue
good.
on, you continue on your way, and 10-20 minutes later, you find yourself back up in the entrance to Salatium. All the caskets are all gone, with the exception of one which is sealed and just over to the side. You imagine that's probably the one you requested remain.
Okay.
Anastasia is in the room, sitting at the desk. Nods at you as you come in. Lord Masters say, "Well, thank you for the excursion. I very much appreciate it. This will help quite a bit. I'll go discuss the keeping of this body with the other lore master. But should you, what do you intend to do with this body to help the security of the archives?"
So before her death, we had spoken to her, and it seemed like she had some important information, but it was blocked by potentially a modified memory. So she went off to Mikhail, was it?
Quince.
Somebody? Quince, thank you. She went off to somebody to help lift that. They succeeded, but she was killed before she could tell us.
Oh, very, very well.
So we're understanding that whatever information she had was important enough for somebody to... Yeah.
All right, well, I'll go discuss it with someone.
Thank you.
I don't know if I love talking to corpses, but if it would help.
It wouldn't be you. Oh.
No, I mean in the general sense. I'm not sure if I love that idea, but
Right.
if
Everett's
it would,
right there.
If it would protect, well, he's not a corpse, is he? He's a ghost. In all likelihood, this person has passed on if they've not become a ghost already. So dragging.
The living have such a strange relationship with death.
Well,
It's really fine. She won't be harmed.
well, but being dragged back from whatever afterlife she's chosen might be disrespectful. In any case,
then
I'm not against it, but under other circumstances, I'd probably say no. But you've done a lot for me today, and you've done a lot for the archives, so I'm going to discuss it with the other present lore master, and we'll get back to you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, so long then. And she heads up the stairs.
Oh.
Bets the corpse is either gone tomorrow or they deny our request.
Well, there's a third option. Says Anna Saravia from the desk.
Oh, I wasn't planning on saying that in front of anyone but us.
No. Okay, well, then she won't help.
Oh, I'm sorry, but
No.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
then,
seems like
then she won't say anything. Because she didn't hear anything with which to
Um.
say anything to.
I feel like she was gonna recommend we just steal a body, which is a pretty bold course of action.
Body heist.
Body
Well,
heist. Yeah, Michael, you want to
It
do
only
heist?
has to be. It only has to be gone for 8 hours because I just gotta get a little rest and then I can get my spells going. So if you want to just keep it for a little bit, we could bring it right back. I mean, 8 hours from now is what? Like what time?
Is it?
By this point, it's probably evening, maybe 5 p.m.
I mean,
I
is
imagine
there
that
any shame in us just kind of camping out here? I feel
8
unsure
hours?
about, like,
We might as well just do that tomorrow.
but I mean to make sure they don't move the body.
Anna.
I just feel weird about moving it.
Anna.
Yep.
Do they close down around 6:30, or are people working here all night?
Yeah.
Like if this body hasn't moved yet, is it gonna move till tomorrow?
I mean, I don't know, but people are working all night. Yeah. I mean, maybe not as much
Okay.
up in the archives, but down here.
All right, good to know.
I guess we could come back here at like 1 a.m., but I feel like at that point we should just... I don't know. It's up to you guys. It's up to the spellcaster. I'll put it like that.
Wait, hold on. Got an idea.
Yeah.
If y'all want to take it,
I don't want to take it.
Take what?
the body.
I
No.
don't want to do
I
that.
don't want to take... I don't want to steal a body.
Okay.
Because no matter how sneaky we are, we're gonna get caught.
There's like a line here, and we've already gotten away with a lot of shit, guy.
Well, I mean, I can always. I know what she looked like, right?
Yeah.
if there's ever any problem, I can always just... And I'm gonna major image her body on top of the casket.
Just appears.
So, none's the wiser.
No. I'm against that.
Okay.
I'm really against us stealing a body.
It is a bit morbid.
I really
Okay.
feel like whatever the lore master says is... roll with it.
Once y'all are dead, you're just gonna have so much different feelings on all this, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll wait for you. I'll be patient. And I snap the body out of existence.
Oh, the major image. Okay. Wait.
The fake body, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'll steal
The
it.
corpse.
Fuck you.
Disintegrate on the corpse.
No, there's a lid on the coffin. So.
Yeah, there is.
All right. Well, I can just come back here tonight, and I'll just do it before they get
yeah.
rid of it. Yeah, it's fine. Well,
I'll meet back
onward.
here. Tomorrow's Sunday. We could sleep in. So we could all meet back here,
okay.
or not. Okay.
Should we tonight lock the door again? Given there's been a murder potentially connected to us?
I hate to break it to you, but I can't do that either.
Or
Yeah.
we take shifts. We could-
That's an option as well then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we can...
We
I
camp
can
out.
take
Camp out again in the fort, and then
I can take
Well-
half the night.
great.
Cool.
Well, I'm gonna, if we have nothing else to do, I'm gonna start working on my project.
I'm gonna talk to Alpha.
I was gonna say the same about the project.
Same
Mm-hmm.
All right.
project.
The worst thing about having just so many spells is that I can have less than half of them at any given time active, and so I just won't have it.
Cool. All right. Well, if those of you who are working on your project want to make your first roll for that,
I'd like to, before I do that, can Septon cast Enhance Ability on himself?
sure. Yeah. I don't
And
see
just
why not.
before
What were
getting
the
started?
rolls again?
That might be pinned, but it also really.
Oh wait, I have the
In the project mechanic.
literally have the sheet up.
No, it's not.
Research points.
No, it's not on there.
Players must make skill checks, generally investigation to others, to determine the success of their research.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's the one.
Yeah, Septon has been thinking about what Una said about getting this done early, and he's gonna start cheating with magic.
Right.
He's gonna give himself Fox's cunning and get advantage on int checks
Cool.
during his research.
All right. So everybody but Everett is doing this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then I need investigation checks or history checks from all of you.
Can I tell you what I wanted to like hone in on now? Because I've got a bunch of notes.
Sure.
Or, nah.
I feel like that's more flavor than anything, but yeah.
Then never mind. Well, maybe so you can develop some lore, but
Sure.
I wanted to hone in on, instead of like, because I wasn't having much luck finding people who could like create weapons as much as having like a packed weapon in
Yeah.
some form. I wanted to find like 3 distinct stories and find like correlations between them.
Sick. Okay. Cool. That's gonna change the DC then. So thank you for telling me that.
Okay.
All right. So investigation checks from each of you. Yes. Yeah. Michael. Tether.
No, and I was gonna say, last time I did research, it was like, just like the views and customs surrounding death in different cultures.
Mhm.
Now I want to look at the more concrete, like, avenues of death, as like where souls go, what
Sure.
happens to those souls in different places.
Cool. Yeah, you can definitely do that. That'll also change the DC. All right.
27.
27. That's a success. You get a point.
I forget the rules. Can I guide myself?
This is less of just like a one skill check you do, and this is a series of like research for over a course of some time. So it would take longer if you guide yourself for everything, if that makes sense. But I think you can guide yourself? I don't remember how, like, the spell guidance works. But I think you can.
I'll just look it up real quick.
Yeah, you can, because it's just a creature you can touch, which is also you. It'll just take you longer to research if you're guiding yourself throughout.
Okay, I mean, what are we doing with time right now? D4.
I love the sound of dice.
Okay, so that is an unnatural 20.
Cool, that's a success. You get a point. Septon and Sean D?
Tim got a 13
13's good for you.
investigation
Yep.
on his try to focus on reading a story, and
You focus better. You feel as though you've made some real progress.
enhance ability does only last an hour, but
Gets you to the start of it, and you can recast it. It'll just take you a little longer. Same with guidance.
It's the big moment.
Yeah, let's see.
It
if
finally
you,
happened.
If you get any
19.
19. 19. That is a success for you. Yeah, you finally managed to find some information on the Northern Mercantile Fleet.
Hell yeah.
Wait, didn't I find that book
Yeah.
in the other? Yeah, okay, sorry. And I never told you. Fuck.
All right, so that is
sorry.
a point for each of you. Nope, not 4. That's 3, and then you get 2. All right, yeah, cool. So you spend the remainder of the night researching, and you all find things. Tether, you find out a lot about death and souls. And well, as you look into souls and like where they go, you also learn quite a bit about what they are, what creatures have them and don't. Like, intelligent undead, like vampires or liches, technically are considered soulless. They don't have souls. But the gods have souls, demons, devils, pretty much everything has a soul, as far as souls are defined in this world. Plants don't, which isn't to say they don't have a life force, it's just not structured in the same way as souls. A lot of this information is coming from a book written by one of the members of the Extant Sortilegium, the Carrier of the World card, who, as far as you know, is a lich who discovered how to create artificial souls, which is a closely guarded secret kept by him. But because of the way they're shaped and the specific kind of life energy they provide, they're pretty coveted by fiends, in particular. Some fae. But oftentimes when someone dies of natural causes without having promised their soul or had their soul stolen or something, it is sent to the home plane of whatever deity they worshipped, if they worshipped a deity, or just whatever upper or lower plane they most closely aligned with if they didn't. There's 6 outer planes, upper and lower. And I can list them for you and their vibe. Maybe I can't. Where'd that sheet go that I had? Alright, well, maybe I actually can't do that. Nah, I can do that. Let me just pull out the fucking lore doc real quick. I had it all printed out, but not anymore. Cool. So, the outer planes, there's Limbo, which is just complete chaos. There's the Clockwork Nirvana of Mechanus, which is a plane of total law. And then there's the ones associated with good and evil. There's the Infinite Layers of the Abyss, which is chaotic evil. That's where demons are. The 9 Hells, which is lawful evil, and that's where devils are. The Eternal Battlefield, which is neutral evil, which is the home of the Yugoloths, but also mostly just the battlefield on which the war between devils and demons is being fought, or depends on how you look at it. The devils like to frame it as them protecting the world from the demons just taking it over, but it's up to interpretation. And then as far as the good ones, the beast lands are chaotic good. It's where there's like magical creatures and whatnot, and you just go and hang out in a cool forest. The Fields of Glory is neutral good, and that's sort of akin to like the Norse Valhalla. Big battlefield where everybody fights each other, but it doesn't really matter because you're all dead anyway, and you just go and for glory and have big feasts and whatever. And then there's Mount Celestia, which is lawful good, which is a beautiful mountain, and it's an idyllic paradise where everybody follows the rules and is good little boys and girls. Hey, thank you for the follow, Blobfish. Much appreciated. So when somebody dies and they don't worship a god in particular, they go to the plane that they most identified with in life. Usually. There are edge cases, though. Una, you find some correlations between different stories and start mapping out those. You feel like it's a very productive session of work. And yeah, you get some good information. Septon, you finally sit down and you read a story and don't just enjoy it, but start to like analyze the structure of it. And you're like, oh, okay, here are some of the notes on how this was written, why this was successful in this way, and why I liked it. And Shundi, finally you stop looking for the Northern Mercantile Fleet, because that's not what this fucking fleet is called. And you...
Oh, Septon wouldn't lie.
And you instead look up what it is actually called, which is eluding me at the moment, but it's based out of Zextria over in the Burden Coalition. And you're like, oh, there's a ton of documentation about this fleet. If I look it up under the actual name that it has and not instead the weird...
Isn't this the Zextrian Merchant Navy? Isn't that?
No, it's
like
the
that.
Mercantile Fleet of the North,
It's not that.
rather than the Northern Mercantile Fleet.
But yeah, instead of looking up like the fucking niche Ralphheimian term for it, you actually look up the term that most of the world refers to it by, and there's all sorts of information. You can finally start taking some good notes.
Awesome.
Everett, you find Elitha. She is in the tower, and she is using some sort of magic to right a fallen bookshelf as you approach her.
You need some help with that?
Oh, no, I think I've got it. And it locks into place. Thank you, though. Everett.
That's some pretty high-level spellcasting you did there.
Well, I have been trained in all sorts of magic. I went to many different magical colleges, and I'm glad to see this paying off.
I used to know how to do that.
Did you?
Yeah. Sometimes
all
I
right.
forget things. Sometimes I forget things like that, though.
Yes, that is becoming clear to me. Anyway, what can I do for you, Everett?
Well, my pals, they all got their projects, you know? And we had a pretty crazy experience today.
Yes.
And recently, you know, I know you know about that. And I think I figured out what I want my project to be on.
Right. What would it be then?
Well, I've cast pretty much every spell that there is, but I don't remember a lot of them. And recently I came into contact with a spell that I'd never encountered before.
Yes.
It's stronger.
That one, I believe they referred to it as 10th level. Yes.
Yes. And I've never encountered anything like that before, so I thought maybe I could study really, really, really high-level magic as my project.
I think that is a very good topic for a project, Everett. I will
Thanks.
caution you, though. What I know about magic greater than our 9th level of power is that casting it isn't the most possible by creatures of our power. Even the strongest wizard I know would shy away from casting a a spell stronger than 9th level. There are drawbacks.
I did have a hunch.
Yes, controlling that much power isn't something that mortals are built to do. In fact,
Well-
most immortals aren't built to do it either. So, research, yes, you should absolutely do that, but I think any practical learning you might stumble upon, perhaps not that wise.
Well, I think I might have realized something that no one's ever realized before. Maybe the reason that it's hard to do is because he tried to do it alone.
It's interesting you say that, actually, and I'll leave this up to your research, but I think you'll find that you're not the first to think that.
Oh. Okay. Well, maybe there are some things I don't know.
Well, it's tough when you know so many things to keep track of all of them.
Yeah,
Perhaps you do know it, you just need a reminder.
maybe. So, this school that y'all came from,
Yes.
you know, why did they pick these folks?
Well, I know why Tether was chosen. But for the
No,
rest
but I mean,
of
just
them-
like generally why, not like why individually they were chosen, but
Oh.
just like why have them at all?
well,
Usually in school you study like letters and numbers and stuff.
it depends on the school, yes. Well, the man who suggested this project is an old friend, Casimir Orion. He's an eccentric man, but one with a passion for creating a strong foundation for the future. I believe his interests... I mean, he's an expatriate from Caerleone.
History check on him and his family.
Sure.
Flaccid 20.
Cool. Yeah, he's from a noble Caerleonan family based in Warthank, which is the Caerleonan city of commerce. For centuries, really, they've held their position. They're Caerleonan nobility, technically descended from some of the original Knights of Caerleon, in the battle against the Valhenshi regime, but nothing really to report on the lineage. He is the odd duck, though. He didn't forsake his family name. He still has it, but he used most of their generational wealth to set up the Orion Foundation, which he then used to found several different, not like non-profits, but it seems as though his interest is spreading education for young aspiring people of all sort of different walks of life. He set up a finishing school in an area that didn't have one in Zymor. He then was refurbishing Hagen Estate when that project turned into creating the Bright Futures Initiative to be housed in Hagen Estate. It seemed to be two different things that sort of merged into one. From my experience, he has a high level of interest in creating not only a bright future, if you pardon my cheesiness, I suppose, but also in proving to Zymor, the Empire, that he has its best interests in mind. I mean, Zymor is many things, but welcoming of those outside its borders is not necessarily one of them. So there's a lot of distrust for him when he moved into Zymor, take up residence at Hagen, but creating heroes for the future, loyal to the Zymor Empire, feels like a pretty good way to earn their trust. If I were to guess at his intentions. He's enigmatic. It's often difficult to determine what he's getting after, but from observing his actions for years and from the conversations I've had with him on his faculty, that is my guess.
Well, I mean, I don't. I suppose, maybe he knows better than me, but I think I've found throughout my life that the great heroes, they don't got no loyalty to empires. Anyway, and I'll talk to you soon once I finish my project.
All right, I look forward to it, Everett.
And he phases through the wall.
Cool. All right. So you spend a few hours researching before you all retire back to the same room. If you don't mind doing a little RP, I have to go to the bathroom so bad. So keep them entertained, guys.
Well, I trust your.
I sure do love reading books. Is that how RP works?
I have a mean dad.
I go up to
Ooh,
to
yeah.
Shandi.
What can
Shandi,
you
how's your mercantile fleet experience going?
It's actually I've made some serious headway today. I'm finally, I think, on track to complete this project.
That's fantastic. Yeah, those folks are interesting.
It's simply fascinating. Septon, I have to thank you again for setting me on this path.
Oh, anytime, Shandi. I, of course, on my own path, am moving ahead. Una, like you said to me earlier, maybe getting ahead and get things done early. The right way to go. And using any and all advantages available to you.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Just really focused in on the books
What do you
today.
mean any and all advantages though?
No, I used the tools at my disposal to make further headway on my research.
Oh, I'm not gonna. Okay. Good job, Septon.
All right. Are you ready for bed? Or are you still RPing?
We're good.
We're good. All right.
Cool. All right. So you rest. You were taking watches.
Mm-hmm.
Who's first?
I can be
I'll-
first. Oh,
I can do like a 4-hour watch and then
Great.
just trance.
I'll do 2.
Cool. So Septon first, then Una, and then we need another 2-hour watch at the end.
I'm gonna sleep in my room probably.
Oh, okay.
I'll go last.
Cool. All right. So Septon, perception check for me.
Perception check 16.
Cool. Yeah, you spend the night, or your first 4 hours at least, and nothing wild seems to happen.
Anybody talking in their sleep?
I don't know. Do any of you talk in your sleep?
You can hear Shandi murmuring about his belt a little bit. Like, it's not like full on talking, but it's like occasionally you hear a word here or there.
I don't know.
Just
Depends if
here
I
we,
had any dreams.
we just hear Shandi go, throat coat.
Oh, go.
All right. But yeah, nothing of note happens during your watch. Una, perception check.
Let's go. Oh no. Not fantastic.
Could I enact bonds of trust?
When you're asleep?
No, because you can't use your reaction when you're asleep. You're incapacitated, so you don't have the
Could I
option
do it
to
on
I'm the only one who tries to use
No,
this
I thank
thing.
you. Thank you. I was almost going to say yes, but technically, rules is written. It's a reaction, so you can't when you're incapacitated.
I was ready to use it last session, and then we pulled out Balthazar. It's 10, so
Cool.
not terrible.
Yeah, as far as you could tell, nothing bad happening.
As far as I can tell.
As far as you can tell. But no one attacks you during your watch. Your 2 hours end when you wake up. Shandi.
Hey, throat goat.
All right. Throat goat. Was that in character you said that, or? No. Oh, I'm afraid I don't know what that means, but thank you, I suppose. Nat 1.
You fall immediately back to sleep. Septon, when you pop out of your trance, no one's on watch.
Oh. Okay. Well. Good.
But y'all eventually wake up. Probably
is everybody
Shangi
accounted
last. I mean, everyone's here but Everett. The room
That's who
doesn't
was here
necessarily look any different, but...
I mean, no harm, no foul, I guess.
Cool. Yeah, y'all wake up.
I'm gonna go immediately down to the
Yeah.
down to the corpse.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you're
It's like-
all down there.
Oh no, it's like the morning, isn't it?
Yeah, because you spent the night working, or the evening working, so you're going to be waking up early morning.
Tether's not going down to the corpse.
Cool. Are you just going to go research instead?
Yeah, Tether's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sure you guys got it. I'm just gonna go off and do some more homework."
Una glares at Septon. Not glare, but like looks. Oh wait, I can talk to you. In your head. Did you talk to her?
You guys got this
Nod or
corpse
shake.
talking without me. Septon will
And
go.
again, not pressuring you, but just I don't know.
Septon will go after Tether.
Cool. All right.
Corpse Squad.
Yeah. So, the three of you meet up in the corpse room, and the older gentleman who seems to take night shift on the desk is here. The casket is where you left it, and that's it.
Let's go.
Morning. Morning, sir.
Oh, me? Yes.
Yes.
Good morning.
How are you?
All right, I just got to watch the sunrise through the port. That was beautiful.
That's very nice. Do you want to just continue to do that and think about that?
What?
Just keep looking over there. We gotta go take care of some business in a second, so I'll talk to you in a minute.
Hold up. What are you about to do?
Nothing of importance.
I don't think that. Never mind. I do think that's true. All right, I'll watch the sunrise.
All right, I walk over to the corpse.
I don't think. Yes, that you're fine.
When you roll a natural one on insight, I guess you're looking at the
You
sunrise.
raise a good point.
You're probably not lying, doing this incredibly suspicious act.
Oh, open her up. Una. Great, thank you.
It's heavy, but it's not unmanageable. You see her there. She has a book called Remembrance on her chest.
Funny.
Well, yeah, actually. All three of you're the three who would probably recognize this book. It's like a very famously stuffy romance novel from the Age of the Blade.
Oh my.
Real Pride and Prejudice vibe.
So like Una's favorite.
Nice choice.
She's definitely read it.
Yeah.
All right, well, here goes nothing. So Everett starts to like make these sort of swirling motions with his hands, and then you see this sort of like disc like become crafted with it, and then he throws it, and it becomes like this net, like of sort of magical energy. And as you watch, the net goes from being almost transparent to like filling up with all these sort of like little like white bits, and then all of those white bits like just sort of sink right into her forehead.
That's
And she becomes animated.
The eyes open.
All right, we get 5 questions. Anybody got any bright ideas?
So we gotta be specific, but like something about
We could
that
ask.
makes sense to say what memory was modified. I don't know how this works.
That might be a good start.
Does that make sense?
But let's be more specific than that. Give more specific. What? How do we make that so that it's a foolproof question, right?
When Quince restored your memory, what memory came back? It was Quince?
Oh, honored. Oh,
Elsie.
honored deceased one. When Quince restored your memory, what memory returned to you?
She opens her mouth to respond. And when you cast this spell, the facial expression doesn't change. It's the spirit sort of talking through the body. It begins like that. But as she opens her mouth, her eyes flick open almost in a panic, and her arm reaches up to her face before it flips directly back down to the ground, to where it was before. Her body starts shaking rapidly. Foam spits out of her mouth, and her head ducks forward.
Oh, no.
You've been being nosy. You've made me waste so very much time with this simple endeavor. I'm
Can we ask
afraid
you-
Elsie can't answer any questions right now. And I'd advise that you don't either. All shall become clear in time. My strategy does not permit for these loose ends.
So you're the strategist.
Elsie's gonna stand up, like, slowly, jerkily. Take a step out of the casket. And another one. Over towards you, Everett. Some have called me that. It's a paltry title, though.
Do you prefer to be referred to as?
The Savior. And Elsie's body explodes into electricity. Just out every pore of her body, blue lightning shocks. You're blinded for a moment. And then, in front of you, there's no body. Just a pile of ash.
Like a red mist is covering all of you.
Well, I hope that didn't make anybody's fear of corpses worse.
The old man is looking over at you.
Did we recognize the voice at all?
Sean D, I believe, make a history check.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
I think Sean D.
10.
No.
Chelsea, use your reaction, please.
But bonds of trust.
Alright, try it again.
Thank you, Michael.
Listen, I don't know if it's gonna help. My history rolls are historically bad. 11.
I was about to say I hate you, Winfield, but I don't hate you, Winfield.
No. No recollection of this voice.
Can I make a history check on the savior as opposed to the strategist?
Sure.
All right.
Like, there's a lot of historical figures who've been referred to as that.
But if you cross-reference with savior and strategist.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, 23.
With a 23, you know that there's way too much data for you to narrow it down from those two things alone. You could think off the top of your head of a list of 600 different individuals it could be.
Okay. But the fact that they're connected with somebody called the researcher and somebody called the other one? Strategist researcher. Shit.
Savior.
Strategist, researcher, savior.
Well, the researcher's Everard.
right,
yeah,
right.
He's just a researcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the connection doesn't help things. Okay, cool.
No. Everard's nobody as far as history is concerned.
Well, the good thing is that whoever this is, they're in a pretty hefty amount of company. Folks who have called themselves the Savior and eventually failed in their machinations. So he can't be too bright. But he's pretty bright.
He's unoriginal.
Sir, just look at the sunset. Rise. Look at the sunrise.
I think I will.
Excellent. We'll clean this up.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have any spells that can help us clean this up? Mending is not going to help.
Just cover the casket. Even though it's
Get a
supposed
broom.
to break
At
apart.
least put the ashes back in the casket.
Yeah. We'll do that.
Fucking Adam West Batman style, scoop up the dust.
Yep.
And put it back
Yep.
in the casket.
Probably should have dispelled that, whatever was happening there, but I didn't think of it quick enough. Oh, you know what I could do?
Yeah.
We could close this and then I could arcane lock it. So that way they just send it downriver without looking. They just give up on opening it again.
Does arcane lock work on like cast
It would work.
anything?
It would work.
If you
Okay.
lock a chest, you should be able to.
Okay.
It's either that or I create an image of it
Right.
and just we hope that they don't try to touch it.
Ugh.
Or we just send it down right now and then we just convince somebody that somebody else did it.
That's too many options.
I think returning the ashes to the casket and locking it should be plenty.
It could have been like it was an aftermath of whatever killed her.
The problem is that
Which technically it is.
But the big problem here is that if we don't somehow, if anything's suspicious, they're gonna suspect us because we talked to Alaris about this. There's no like, oh, that was some other person who was thinking about speaking to the dead. No, we're the only people that said that.
You hear footsteps on the stairs.
All right, everybody, put the ashes in there. I'm gonna major image it. We're just gonna pray.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. By the time you finish sticking the ashes in there, you see Lore Master Alaris
Boom, major image, go.
coming down the stairs. Oh, you're here already.
Yep.
She sort of signs in on the book. The guy's just like holding.
Oh, this poor man.
So, unfortunately, we have discussed the matter, me and the other lore master, and we've decided it might be disrespectful to her memory. And I know that you thought this would be helpful, but we have a certain way of doing things, so... Respectfully, we would prefer to simply put the body out to sea.
That's fine. That's
suppose
totally.
that's for the
That's.
best,
We
yes.
understand. We understand.
Very well. Thank you. If you don't mind, she turns to the man. He goes, shuts the book, and he very shakily stands up and makes his way over to the casket on the raft. Pulls out a book of his own, incants a little bit, and then a purple hand zoom, appears, grabs the back, and slowly shoves it out into the sea.
Wait, were we like at a dock?
Yeah, the Salati, the entrance to the Salatium, that cave with the port that they get the imports
Yes.
in. So that's where
Yep.
you were. Then shakily returns to the sea.
Requiescat in pace. Or whatever they say in Assassin's Creed.
So we should put the savior on the list.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I mean, the fool, the hero, the beast, the parish, it's all there. It's all there.
I think those are unrelated.
I know, but it's just another thing on the list.
Yeah, those are the Fae. Those are the Fae folks from
I
the
know.
Padishah.
But I have a weird the Padishah. I have a weird feeling. What if there's more than one pay-to-weir? But like not an actual, not obviously a pay-to-weir, but like
There are 5 of them.
okay, but it's just very strange that in the past 24 hours we've heard mentions of one group that's the and then another thing that's the okay, 2, but
Think
It's
about all
just
the great
odd.
think about all the great bands you know. The Ants,
never heard of them.
the Tossing Bones.
Never heard of them.
That's actually
They're
a
like-
killer band.
They're like
I'm assuming that's a Rolling Stones joke.
The Tossing Bones is so good.
was there like a biographical show made about them? Maybe I'd know. There was a period of time where like all shows were just like jukebox musicals.
Yeah.
Like
we didn't get all those. We didn't get a ton of those
it was
around these
really
parts.
annoying. They're like not as good.
They're not
Just
super.
needed some original material for once in theater, you know.
I
That's
gotta
what
tell
we're
you
trying to
something.
do.
I gotta tell you something that the folks around here don't go really for spectacle that much. We just get the really boring snooze fests. So
Okay.
yeah, unfortunately.
Tell that to Peter's girlfriend.
Septon's
I mean,
girlfriend?
Septon's girlfriend.
'Cause, I mean, Jess is probably watching, so.
Jess is a spectacle.
She's actually giving me a horrified look right now and said, "What did I do?"
I'm just, I meant Septon, but I'll double down. Jess is a spectacle. She's wonderful, she's smart, she's beautiful, she's funny.
I don't know if
Go
she's
on record.
listening. I don't know if she's hearing all this.
Alright.
I can't believe I come on stream and I play D&D and my
Oh, wait,
girlfriend
come
gets insulted.
Sean B.
Insulted?
Alright, back to the RP.
Complimented.
Back to the RP.
It's Sean D, it's weird, right?
It's definitely strange, but I don't think we can jump to that conclusion quite yet.
I'm not.
Especially since we know one of those titles, the researcher, was definitely not a pay-to-wear.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was a pay-to-wear, although I think those words did come out of my mouth. I'm just noting the possible connection.
I think it's fair. I think just to settle your mind a little bit. I mean, you know, I've been here some time and you know, I've been around the block and there's a lot of people. Like a lot of people that put the in front of their name to sound important.
Okay.
Like so many that you wouldn't even believe.
Okay, yeah.
In fact, I have personally met 600 people, or read about 600 people named the Savior.
Okay, alright.
Though we should keep an open mind just in case.
Yeah, you're right. Alright, well, crisis averted, let's go. Before I leave, I'm gonna go up to the guy. Sir?
Yes. Just looking at the sunrise.
Yes. What? Here, you know, because of your kind service, to our cause, fuck it. Here, I pull out the potion of animal friendship. Take this. The next time that you see a creature that you want to be friends with, drink it. All right. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. And he just looks back out towards the coffin sailing away. Cool. Meanwhile, upstairs. Tether, you're researching. And Septon, what are you doing?
Hey, Tether.
Hi.
Hey, you got a minute?
How how many minutes left are in the day? A
Quite
lot.
a few. I think it's morning.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say sorry for snapping the other day about the fireballs. And I was worried about. I was afraid if we threw them, we'd just get blown to smithereens. Thought maybe we should try to be careful, but you and Everett were right. They were the way to go.
Oh, I mean, I'm not mad at you. Like, I reacted out of anger, not planning. So you could have been very right.
I know. Just still want to make sure everything's all right.
You
But
know, why did you feel the need to apologize to me?
well, I also wanted to talk to you about you've been acting kind of strange lately.
I don't really know what you're referring to because
I'm
a
gonna
lot
be
of
more
people
clear.
refer to myself as strange.
Right, no, but like outside of normal tether, like different. You know me, I know you. Normal
yeah.
tether's not strange, but all right, I'm just gonna say it, Tether. We've like in our adventures, we've seen a lot of dead bodies.
Yeah, countless.
Right. Why did it start bothering you yesterday?
Did you talk to Una?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't. But the apology thing was from Una. The dead body thing is my own. I'm curious.
Oh. Background. That's because she thought that because Heather only had the dead body conversation with Una.
Yeah, we know.
Right. But Septon noticed that you were
Yeah.
suddenly like...
No, that I was like, ugh.
Like this
To
morning.
not go into it, I have been finding sometimes when I'm around a humanoid corpse, they come back to unlife.
So you just figure, like, wait, you like raised... I don't know if Septon knows anything about necromancy. You like brought something back from the dead?
Well, I've been learning a lot about souls, and I don't think I bring any souls back. I think I just, animate the body. But, like, I don't, like, choose to do it. It just, like, happens.
Oh, okay, nope, totally get it. Yep, that makes sense why you might not want to get near bodies.
Yeah, I just thought that people here wouldn't like a zombie
You made the right call.
of their friend. Yeah.
You made the right call.
Cool.
Alright, yeah, sorry to pry about that. I was just kind of curious.
Oh, that was nice of you to notice and ask.
How's the research going?
It's a lot of fun because in blah 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 blah, but blah 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 blah, and but that I think that means that blah 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 blah.
This goes on for a while, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Heather, look at us. You ever think you and I would be interested in a research project?
No, they tricked me.
They got us.
No. Do you want to go to the beach?
Nope. No,
Oh,
because
okay.
honestly, I hate to say this, but I want to go do my research project.
Me too. It's very interesting.
Well,
Are you doing a song?
no, not a song. No.
But
A
like,
story.
a story. I'm thinking I'm gonna like make little like plant puppets. And
Actually, if there's a time you want to help me out, I could use your help for part of the story.
yeah. Now?
I mean, I don't want to interrupt your work.
No, you just like really opened my eyes to what I was doing, and I might need to take a break.
Okay. Yeah, no, I actually would totally love to chat with you about part of my project. Tell me everything you can about what you remember of hanging out with Johnson. We don't have to RP all this. We could just
No.
say that.
Technically,
yeah.
this you could do the you could use the peer review planning step. This could be that.
Oh shit! What?
It's one of the planning steps.
Oh,
So
that's
after
right.
research you do planning, peer review is one of them.
Oh no! I don't want to move on from. I don't want to move on from research. Though.
But you could keep this in mind for when you get to planning, because this could
Okay.
be that.
In that case, Tether, we'll do this another time. I don't know if this would be peer review or if this would be like interviewing like a person who was involved, which I know isn't a step.
Well, why don't what we do is, because you're right, why don't we have you make a different type of check to consider this research?
Didn't think this was where this RP was gonna go, but
Yeah,
sure.
that's how it goes. So I would like you to make a history check with charisma. So charisma check, and if you're proficient with history, add that.
I'm half proficient with everything.
Cool. Then add half proficiency.
Hang on, I don't have any real dice because I've been using. Hang on, let me do the math real quick here. D20 plus that much would be history with charisma. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. That's insane. It would be that much. There we go. I got a 13.
13. Not enough for a success on this, unfortunately. But you get some information.
Alright.
Cool. Alright, so you spent some time doing that. Probably at this point, the rest of the group has finished with their really fun escapade. And I'm going to change the fun song because I know what you guys are about to talk about, so. Yeah, that's still a little fun. Alright. So, you find Tether and Septon sitting in the archives talking about Johnson.
Hey,
Uh,
did y'all work your thing out?
What?
Yeah, no,
Nothing.
we had a good chat.
Good. Well,
Heather was
we
just
had-
helping me with my my project.
Ooh.
I'll be coming to Shandi and Una. I'll be coming to you too as well at some point for some help.
Yeah, Septon said a really smart thing. Guys, have you like noticed like we're doing a project?
yes.
Yeah.
They were on the inside the whole time, Tether. They knew. It was you and me that got tricked.
You had
Do you
to
think we're
discover
stuck
it
like
for
this forever?
yourself.
Maybe. Maybe we can get out of it. Once we
It-
get back
it's-
to Hagen.
It's really great that we're talking about the project, but there was some crazy stuff that just happened that you should know about right now.
Oh yeah, you asked the questions. Was she nice?
Did we figure anything out?
Mm,
I know she was a little
wanna say it or
mad at,
something?
in real life. So
Well, she, as soon as I asked the question that I asked, she immediately became possessed by like a horrible entity, and it started threatening us and saying that we were delaying its plans and this was supposed to be easier and that we were making it harder, and it was like a very masculine voice, even though that's not what she sounded like in life. And then the voice said that, I said well, are you the strategist? Because it had talked about strategy, and it said, that's how some people call me, but I like to be called the savior. And then she exploded. And when I mean exploded, I mean exploded.
Yay.
But we got away with it because then they came down to send the body off to sea, and we shut the thing, and I made a major image just in case, and then we threw it into the water. Well, they threw it into the water, and she's gone now. So no harm, no foul. And I paid off the guy with the only thing I had on me with the time, which was a potion. So
I bet that they would say no. Is that how gambling works? So I get something?
You got to make the bet beforehand and talk about what the exchange is, and then if you do that before the outcome, then you can get it.
Yeah. So next time you want to make a prediction, just let us know, and we can. Those who want to bet on it can bet on it.
yeah, you could go talk to old Spooky.
Old
What I
Spooky's
need-
have gotten, man.
Would I need to ask like a mod to put the prediction in chat?
The what?
Just kidding.
So
Go talk to old Spooky if you want to bet.
Hey, Blake.
oh.
Does this description of a masculine voice referring to themselves as the savior ring any bells for Septon?
No.
No.
No one you've ever talked to, because I know who you're thinking about, never made any designs on saving anyone.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
No, except for me. Saved
Oh.
me.
So we have another thing on the list.
Classic.
Yep. And the good news is we didn't get in any further trouble. Again, thanks to Everett. Like, I would have crumbled under that pressure.
I
And
appreciate.
not being able to do much magic.
I think there's been a lot of luck involved for me in the last 36 hours or so, but I appreciate the kind word.
I think we're all pretty lucky.
Aw.
Sure.
Anyway, so the savior is our new problem. I know quite a few saviors or people who have called themselves the savior.
I'm pretty sure in the books I've been reading in the past few weeks, I've come across a bunch of characters named the Savior. I feel like it's not any of them.
A lot of narcissists without any originality tend to call themselves the savior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Even I
Well,
wonder if
Alright.
maybe doing some research into a spell or enchantment that can prevent speak with dead.
Arcana
I
check.
could have. Wait, a
Huh?
spell or enchantment that prevents speak with dead.
Yeah. Because that's
Does-
what happened.
Does what's the spell? Gentle Riposte do that?
No.
No. That just stops from summoning, raising.
You can't raise it, yeah.
Okay, cool.
'Cause right now, what, Everett, you said there's 600 people you know of who claim to be the savior.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if. So, we've got our one fact that it's. No, we've got two. It's connected to Lady Deathane or
Deathane.
Virtuoso of Desperation, and can cause Speak with Dead to not work. In more
Yeah, never
modern
heard.
terms.
Never. Can I make an Arcana check on? Because this is the second time that Everett's encountered magic getting in the way or fucking with big magic, basically.
Mm-hmm.
In a couple days. Can I make an Arcana check to see if I recognize what kind of a caster or
Sure.
magic,
Sure.
what school of magic or anything? Arcana check.
Yeah.
19.
19. So this was different than the other one. Seemed like big magic. This one seemed like specific magic.
Okay.
10th level spell, whole thing, you know. This, you know that there's sort of the commonly known lexicon of spells that get the most utility. But lots of magic users are keen on creating their own spells that serve very specific purposes. In fact, you know of a number of them that probably don't see any use outside of the Crimean Archives. There's several spells that were developed here and are pretty much only used here. This reads to you like that.
Okay.
As far as the actual mechanics of it, it's very difficult to say. But if you had to guess, it'd be some sort of enchantment spell?
So not necromancy. Okay, that's interesting.
No.
Right.
It was... I mean, Speak with Dead is a necromancy spell, I believe, but this wasn't... This seemed less like inhabiting or like putting something into a body and rather speaking through something that already exists. Similar to like the spell Magic Mouth, even.
My other question, if I may have one, is did it feel like the magic that was cast on the body was cast after I had made the decision to cast Speak with Dead? Or is it something that like they basically like put onto this body that if somebody tries to fuck with it, they're going to speak through them?
Make another Arcana check for me.
Another 19.
After. This felt
After.
similar, because you have some reaction spells. This felt like a reaction to the event. And it didn't happen until the question was beginning to be answered. It didn't happen right when you cast Speak the Dead. It wasn't like counterspell. But when the information was about to come forth, this felt like a reactionary occurrence.
Okay. Would I know? I would know. If that would have to be cast within a certain radius, or if that could be cast remotely, basically.
Since you don't really know what the spell was that did it, you're not sure.
Yeah.
Counterspell, you gotta be able to see, but this could be some weird custom spell. You don't know how high a level spell it was. You don't know really much about the spell at all.
Cool. Okay, cool. Well, based on my magical understanding, the things that the DM just said, all those things.
Who
I wrote
was
them
it?
down. Don't worry.
Who was it that managed to decipher some of Everard's journal?
Me, a little bit.
And no reference to either a savior or a strategist in any of those notes?
Shit. Have to go back.
There were pages torn out,
Right.
but
Right.
there was nothing about a strategist, nothing. about a
Yeah,
savior.
the notes that I found were all about the 10th level spell,
Hmm.
mostly. Or like creating a...
Mhm.
Yeah.
There was reference to being taught these things, but not by who.
Right.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is there anyone else? No, this is DM question. Why am I asking these guys? Is there anyone else like in this whole region who like would be interested or trying to solve a mystery like this? Or are we
a
like the
detective?
only like a detective, an adventurer,
Sure.
anybody in the archives?
Probably not, to be honest. People come through, but they're usually looking for answers to questions they came in with, not trying to solve things that they found here. This group has definitely become more involved with the secrets of this place than most visitors do, in your experience. Lord Master Arturo was somebody who was really interested in the secrets of this place. And in fact, Everard Halfin was pretty famously interested in the secrets of this place. But Arturo's not here, and Halfin tried to mind siphon everyone to figure out what's going on here. So you also get the sense that this feels bigger than the archives. From the way that both Lady Deathane and this voice speaking through Elsie were speaking, this seemed like a tiny cog in a much larger machine. Lady Deathane certainly didn't seem to have very much respect for Everard, nor did the voice.
Okay.
And
Well, I think that this whole picture in the last couple days has just gotten so much bigger than what it was before.
Do you need a larger canvas?
No. There's just so much more danger. I guess. I mean, we could just keep investigating it, or maybe we need to take some time and, prepare ourselves.
I would rather, instead of chasing around a rabbit at night, wait for it to come by you.
I mean, she
I
said that
agree.
it would.
we
I
can
mean-
keep taking shifts.
We're up against or part of the plan of someone named the Strategist.
And no one knew anything about it or recognized it at all?
From what I was going to say is, from my knowledge of people who are into strategy, it all moves real slowly.
Yeah, they don't really seem to be in any kind of rush.
So for now, we just keep our eyes and ears open and wait.
All right.
And who said it was our job to have to deal with them?
No one?
Well,
Exactly. It
We
was
keep
us.
falling into
And
these.
so we shouldn't put pressure on ourselves. If it falls into our laps, then we'll, yeah.
I mean,
but-
I talked to your teacher. She said that y'all are supposed to be the defenders of Zymor or something.
Right, but that's like eventually.
I don't know.
Yeah. And all they've done is pick
Yeah.
children and put them in horrible, dangerous situations. And afterwards, they'd be like, "Oops, that wasn't meant to be that
I wouldn't
dangerous."
say I'm a child. I'm like a young adult,
All right.
almost. I'm
Okay.
children. I'm thinking like they're taking like 5-year-old.
Semantics aside,
Okay.
Regardless, y'all came, didn't you? Y'all
Well,
could have
it
stayed
was-
home.
I just wanted to go to school outside the public school system.
yeah, I
I
didn't want
could
to
have
die
stayed home.
malnourished in a cave.
Well, if your parents had supported the public school system, maybe you wouldn't be in this mess.
Wow.
I mean, that's a big ask. There wasn't a strong theater program at the school, and so, but it was the only one where like we didn't have to pay for it. It's very complicated.
No, I'm aware. I'm
All
aware.
I'll
I'm aware
ever-
how schooling works.
You seem really nice and fun, and I like you a lot. However, you don't really know Hagen Estate, and I'll just say from my thoughts on it, I don't really trust it, and I'm losing a lot of respect for it.
26 for history on Hagen Estate.
All right, finally I got one of those. They made ice cream. It's a place they make ice cream at. Pretty famously.
Your lore checks are so fascinating.
Wait, hold on.
What this is?
Hold on. I'm putting the dots together here. I'm putting the Dippin' Dots together. No, I'm sorry.
No, say
I'm
it.
putting the dots together. I'm putting the dots together here. Y'all went to school at the ice cream place?
What?
The what?
The ice cream place.
Yeah.
The place where they make those delicious treats and goodies.
I guess
Is-
there is.
is there ice cream at the cafeteria?
Yeah,
No. I'm talking about like famous ice cream. Like you would have to be living under a rock to not know about the ice cream there.
And
don't
what's
think
so
it's-
wrong about that?
That's true.
I mean, I wasn't from this plane. Did they make ice cream before it was a school, or is it
No, I mean, I've eaten the ice cream there. It's incredible.
It's fine. It's not like boardwalk ice cream.
Wait,
though.
no. Hang on,
What?
Everett. Didn't. I don't know how long the Hagen Estate's been around.
Just a little bit, right?
Right, so you weren't eating any.
The Hagen Estate has been around for well over 100 years, but it fell into disrepair quite some time ago and has recently been re-renovated.
Oh, okay.
But it never made ice cream.
Renovated. I don't think that was on any of the brochures either. They would have said that.
And
Like,
if
you
it was
know-
clear to you, I had the most delectable Buckleberry brandy ice that I have ever
That
had in
sounds
my entire
delicious.
life
That does sound delicious.
from a place called
Buckleberry
Hagen
too.
Estate.
Well, maybe there's multiple.
There's another one. Maybe there's another one.
Yeah.
It's a chain.
Where is it?
Like
The Hagen.
near Kelshar.
Is that the place that I'm thinking of?
That's
In
definitely,
Cyborg?
that's for sure the place
That
you're
is
thinking of,
exactly it. You do not understand.
You know,
Wow.
I'm suddenly I'm questioning a lot of the information we've received in the past, like, few weeks.
I've been like, I was starting to go for a book, so I'm like kind of have a hand on it, but then I'm like, I don't know which one to go to.
Well, Everett, you'll just have to come see it someday and see there's very little ice cream. I'm sorry to disappoint
It's
you.
fine, ice cream, but you should really come to Helvest. Like by the shore, really
Okay,
good food,
I'll go with
including
you.
ice cream.
I'll go with you and we can get some ice cream together and have a great time and you all will understand what you've been missing.
Yeah, it would be weird if we've lived there for multiple months and not known it was a world famous ice cream place.
I feel like Mrs. Lee would have said
Told
something.
us that immediately.
Or if we would have found like ice cream machines in the basement.
And again, it would have been in the brochure.
They would have served it at that big buffet that none of us stayed at.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe that's why we missed it.
We would have stayed if there was ice cream.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know what discrepancy we're having right now. I don't understand
I'm
it.
so sorry, Everett. It's
But
not that we
I
don't
feel very
believe you.
passionate about this.
Of course.
Anyway, let's talk about something else.
I was gonna try to find, after doing my own project research, I wanted to look up Ametheth Hagen.
Amethet Hagen? Cool. Yeah, you can do that. Amethet.
Got a Amethet.
Amethet. Like epithet,
Got it.
but with an M.
We've got a lot of e names.
Can I?
I like
as
the
part of my-
letter E.
Everybody has
Like
e names
EP.
next campaign.
Can
Yeah.
I, as part of my research for my project, can I interview my pals about their experience of the spell?
Yeah, that's fine. You'd be doing that same charisma history thing that Septon did earlier.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, okay, so everybody, except for Septon, because you've already sort of done yours for this study period, but everybody else can make an investigation check or whatever makes the most sense for their project first, and then we can move on to the Amethet Hagen research.
Oh, so that's like a separate thing?
Yeah. Or you could do that instead, or you could do it after. It's up to
No, I was planning on being like, oh, Tether is like, after what Septon said, it isn't gonna research and just gonna help Una with that, but...
Okay.
if we're-
Then why
yeah,
don't
but-
you make an investigation check on Amethet Hagen, and everybody else can do the research.
I'm doing project first,
Yeah.
and then.
So if you want to
Amethet.
start looking into that now, just make an investigation check.
Oh, Tether wouldn't take the initiative, but if Una was gonna do that, then she would have done that. So I'll just do the project.
Blake, can I do Arcana because of magic, or no? Does it have to be investigation?
Well, so for you, you're going to make a charisma check and add proficiency if you're proficient in history, because you're interviewing people.
Awesome, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
I got I got a nat 20.
Hell yeah. You're
doing
doing
good with the
so
research
much
tonight.
better now, yeah.
18.
Cruising.
18 is good for you as well, Una. Everett.
10.
10. Unfortunately, not enough. They weren't in there for very long. You get some information, but you don't think you're going to be able to use too much of it.
I don't feel like rolling.
You're researching as well, Tether?
Yeah.
Cool.
I rolled a 17.
17 is enough for a success. Somehow, despite you starting like almost last on this, you have tied with the most research points.
Blown ahead.
Hey, if you love what you're looking at.
Cool. Yeah, you do your research, but eventually, you feel as though your time has been well spent, and you can make another investigation check about Emmethet Hagen with advantage because Tether is assisting you.
Nice. Thanks, Tether.
No problem.
Another 18.
Cool. Yeah, you learned some stuff about Emmethet Hagen. He was a wealthy Eladrin of unknown origin who helped out Kelshar in a minor issue they were having. He was somewhat proficient in magic, but he also just gathered a group of people to take care of this bandit leader who had been really causing problems for the small town. Took out the bandit leader, and in the spot that fight took place, he founded the Hagen Estate and opened a library. And because of this library, a college was opened up nearby, and Kelshar grew into the city that it is today. So a lot of people credit him for Kelshar's prominence. They also credit him for Kelshar being pretty odd in the Zymor Empire as far as Magitech is concerned. It didn't seem like he had any interest in that sort of thing, and there's not a lot of information about that, or at least there wasn't in the library in its first iteration, and people speculate that because of his influence, that's why Kelshar is more of a standard city than you would expect from the Zymor Empire. As far as his personality is concerned, there's not a whole lot. People say he was a studious man. He's generous, somewhat of an enigma, and he spent a lot of time in the library that he built with his money, which nobody really knows where that came from, but sort of came out of nowhere, did a little saving of a town, and built it into a prosperous city. Probably accidentally, but...
Is there anything about the group he brought together?
It was just mercenaries. There's not a whole lot of information on that. Or, in order to find more information on that, can you make another history check for me? Or, sorry, an investigation check. You can still have advantage from Tether.
16.
16! No, you know what? That's probably enough. They called themselves the Band of Heroes. There were 4 of them. And technically the group still operates today. It's different members, but they sort of passed it down their family line. It's not crazy well known, because every time like a group of them does something cool, they then pass the buck on to their children, and then they have to get more powerful. So like every now and again you hear about the Band of Heroes doing something interesting in and around Zymor, but no huge... They're no silver citadel,
Are they located anywhere specific?
They generally work in Zymor. Generally. So he got them together, and they took care of the bandit problem, and then they went off their separate way, and he stayed and built a library. The library did fall into disrepair after his death.
When did he die?
I can tell you specifically when he died. Ooh, maybe. Yeah.
It was the day before we got to
No,
Hagen.
it was 15 years before the age of the Citadel. I don't remember the exact date because the Age of Unity is long as shit, but it was 15 years before the turning of the age, before Grozitz's whole thing that happened.
Okay.
So he's just trying to copy his ancestor.
What?
Aver, like that he built a library, made a band of heroes, and now he's made a library.
Casimir Orion, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it does.
Wait,
it does.
Sorry.
You go for it first.
Casimir Orion is a descendant of him?
No,
we know that?
they're unrelated.
Oh, okay.
But
I said ancestor for no reason.
Okay.
he is sort of. I mean, without the getting rid of a bandit problem, he is. You could say doing a very similar thing to Emethet.
Right. Yeah.
I think I was just thinking about generations, and just ancestor was the word.
Okay.
Yes, Everett.
Being incredibly competitive about knowing things.
Sure.
Everett is, after he finishes his research, his failed research,
Yeah.
he's going to immediately go and try to find all the information he can about Hagen Estate, because
So yeah,
just to prove that it's an ice cream venue.
as you look into it more and more, you realize that there's no ice cream at all in Hagen Estate. You were sure that you've had ice cream there before, but that as you look up more facts, and there's not a ton about it, but the stuff that you do find, like, there is no mention of ice cream.
It's an 18. Everett goes to bed.
Okay. Actually, something does happen to you
Oh.
before you go to bed, as you head back to your room. It hasn't changed in size since you've been here last, but as you're getting ready to bed and you put Glark down on your table, you turn around, you're readying yourself for bed, and you hear a thud. And as you turn around, you see that your wall has moved while you were looking the other way. Your desk was pushed forward, and the book has fallen to the ground, open, to a page that you've never seen before.
I pick it up.
Pick it up, and it's a double-sided page. On one side is the formula for the spell Haste.
Oh, fuck yeah!
And on the other side, there's a very familiar picture. It's Hagen Estate. Not as you've seen it refurbished in the books that you just read, but dilapidated.
I guess his history check
Sure.
to understand what I'm looking at. 16.
I mean, you've never heard of anything like this happening before. Spells just appearing in a spell book. It's strange.
Hello? Hello? Everett's gonna take out his quill and he's gonna write hello.
You write it, and it flits off the page, like it always does.
Who are you? Everett's gonna, like, close it and then open it.
As you close it, you notice that the G and the word Glork on the front, Glork, is glowing faintly. A slight amber hue.
Hey.
And if you open the book again, you'll notice that the page is glowing with that same slight amber hue. Not enough to cast light anywhere, but noticeable.
Thank you. I think. Everett is going to, do I just know haste now, or do I have to do anything first?
It's in your spell book.
Everett's gonna pop out a little...
You don't have it prepared, but it is in your spell book now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Everett's gonna pop out a little shadow and be like, "Do you see this? I'll try this on you tomorrow. Okay?"
Purrs
See if it
and
works.
rubs your leg.
Nice. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you, Orc. Everett's gonna reorganize his stuff, put it back on the shelves and make the room a little bit smaller, and then go to bed.
Cool. All right. Yeah, you do. The rest of you, what are you up to?
Blake felt confident giving haste because there's no monk in the party.
It's also illegal to cast in the Zymor Empire, so you will be arrested if you cast it publicly. In
Oh,
the
because
Zymor
it's
Empire.
technically time.
It's time magic.
We
It's
do a lot of
chronomancy.
illegal shit.
Oh, but it's like
Death.
chronomancy in the Zymor Empire is like the biggest no. You cannot do that shit.
Is it like in Harry Potter where you cast it and they're just like, "How you cast it?" I'm like,
Yeah, it's like a forbidden
no.
a forbidden spell.
No,
Well,
no,
they
but
won't
I mean,
know,
like-
no. But like if
Okay,
they
I was
see
gonna
you
say.
using it.
Is that
One time, an emperor of Zymor used a chronomancy spell and he was dethroned and imprisoned. So it's
is that something that Everett would know?
yeah,
Probably.
you would definitely know that.
Yeah, I would know that as well. Great.
And you'd know why as well if you're interested. Because the creator of chronomancy, Einadarth, the blue dragon who helped Vecna's rise to ascent and also almost helped Tiamat come into the material plane, which caused the founding of Zymor, was the one who created chronomancy.
What was his name? The blue dragon?
Einadarth.
Einadarth.
Ainadarth. Einadarth.
Ina Garden. Enid Garden.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
Yikes.
Yeah, you drift off into sleep. And the rest of you,
Or are y'all sharing the same room?
what are you up to? Everett went to his room, but the rest of you, I don't know what you're doing.
I figure.
Guess are we still doing the shifts in the same
let's-
room?
Yeah, let's keep doing shifts pretty much like as long as we're
Should
here,
Zach and I
think.
bring our beds in here?
Yeah,
We could add it on
I'll
top.
help.
Are the doors wide enough?
You could. It would probably take
it
some
like-
doing, but you'd have to flip it to the side. And
If
Is
you
it
put,
like
yeah,
a
put it to the
dorm
side,
bed?
put the
it's kind of
lights
like a
in
dorm
first.
bed, yeah.
Can you take it apart and then use a hammer to?
You
Bang
can't.
it back
You can't
down.
take it apart, but it's not well built, so you could wiggle it through the doors for sure. You have to
Okay.
take the mattress off, but
That's fine. Wiggle it.
cool.
This spells the end of boys' room and the end of girls' room. There is now only room.
Okay, so what I was thinking is because we have two beds to the side, and then one bed on top, and then the wardrobe. We could put one bed upside down in the wardrobe, and then balance the other bed on the 4 pegs of the top bed, and so we have a canopy for that upper cave, and then a little crow's nest.
Yeah, just like sleep
One
in our
bed-
beds.
One bed inside the wardrobe.
Okay,
How's
so
the wardrobe?
the wardrobe is like this.
oriented?
So on the we have floor, and
Yeah.
then we have 2 beds on their sides. Their legs are pointing
Right.
together,
Okay.
and so there's a little cave in there. And then standing on top of those 2 beds is the other bed, so on right side up.
Yes.
And then we have the wardrobe on its back, laying on that bed.
Got it.
To put a little like
Oh, a little shelf
And-
or
and-
little
yeah.
roof.
yeah, and so and those doors are open. So I say flip a bed upside down, put it in the wardrobe,
Mm-hmm.
and so we have a little nook cranny that
We
someone
have
wants to be a
anything
nook cranny.
securing these together?
No, and then we put.
Could we maybe?
That with a bed on top of the wardrobe, that's touching the ceiling.
What if we put the beds in?
So like,
bed
I mean,
orientation?
everything up until that 4th bed on this, that's about as much height clearance as you have there.
Okay.
Oh, so we can put the other bed on top of the wardrobe, and then the legs would be touching the ceiling.
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
You do that thing with your vines, could you do like grasping vine the loose parts together? I'm just concerned about it falling, and we want
Some soil and seeds. I can initiate plant growth, and hopefully it will do it like that.
Would that take long?
I can cast it, or I can like wait and like. But then that would maybe affect the fields on the roof. Okay, and so if that's like the ceiling, then we take the second bed and then turn it around so it's sideways and put it in between the how the top bed is like facing upwards.
Mm-hmm.
We have the other bed right side up inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's one bed right on top, right at the ceiling, that's regular bed for Septon.
Okay. I mean, as an option for Septon, we're not going to get angry at him if he chooses not to, right?
Of course.
Because he's still, right?
Yeah.
Because he's still allowed to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still going to be in my corner
Cool.
of the fort.
I'm still in the cave.
All right. Are we doing?
Septon, do you want crow's nest?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Make an athletics check to get up there.
Okay,
It's a real climb at this point.
Something out of 22.
Yeah, you're fine. You make it up there easy.
I'll take first watch.
Cool.
Cool. All right.
I'll do second.
I suppose. Yeah, it's probably safer considering what happened last time.
Yeah, no, you sleep this one
I'll,
out.
I'll dream sweet dreams of gulping glizzies.
Okay. Tether, can we get a perception check?
Yeah.
I've been going
26.
No problems throughout your watch. It's restful. Chandi's talking in his sleep a little bit about his belt. Yeah, it's calm. It's quiet. The structure is standing sturdy.
Okay. Could I have also taken the time to put strategic things of soil and seeds in preparation?
The issue is finding soil and seeds. Like, you could go up to paper pastures, but they're pretty well policed because it's a very limited resource here.
Paper pastures is pretty well policed.
So I'd say we have to roleplay that for you to get soil for now. But
I figured, like, in my, like...
you have a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not enough to, like,
Okay.
secure this, but you could get, like, a spot with some vines eventually.
No, it's fine. It's whatever.
As it stands right now, it's pretty sturdy the way you've constructed it. Cool. All right. Yeah, your watch passes without problem. Is there
The
anything
beds
you'd
are
like
made
to
of
do?
wood, right?
The beds are made of wood, yeah.
Because I was thinking if it was, like, metal legs, I could have used heat metal to weld them together.
Unfortunately, they are made of wood. Maybe for the best, they are made of wood.
Like, I don't think we paid a security deposit, but I'm sure Hagen is.
All right. Your watch comes to an end. Una, you are up. Make a perception check for me.
Oh man, jeez. I'm not getting ones because I can't, so I could re-roll them, but I'm getting twos. So 10.
Cool. Yeah, no.
Thank goodness you have alert.
Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy. Moon through the window's nice, but
I have observant.
all right.
That's for the rules lawyers out there.
The one sitting in
Oh.
the same room as you.
Who's not even listening to this.
Why did I think it was alert?
They're similar-ish.
They're similar.
Same energy. All right, something.
Alert just gives you more on on initiative.
Nat 20 for a total of 22.
So with a nat 20,
Uh-oh.
as you are, sort of walking around looking, You chance a look out the window.
Everyone else is asleep. Septon's just stomping around the room.
And you see something out in the harbor. Leaving a very small vessel. Seems like 2 figures in it. As you look closer, you can make out their features. One of them is you've seen him before. It's the old guy who works the desk in Saladium during.
Oh,
the
that
nighttime.
poor guy.
Indeed, because his throat is slit. He is lying in the boat, lifeless. And standing, manning this one-man sail, we see Sentis Boren looking up at your window. Your eyes meet briefly. And the moon sort of reflects off his. Very blue. Bluer than you remember Sentis Boren's eyes being. And then he looks down. The wind catches the sail. And the boat drifts away into the night. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session of Bright Futures.
That was the same guy that Tommy gave the potion to.
Yeah, he
Oh.
he saw something he wasn't supposed to see, so he didn't.
No, he just saw the sunrise. What are you talking about?
And
It was his last
Sentis-
sunrise.
Sentis Boren was
Is supposed to be dead.
the dead
The
orc.
dead orc. Yeah.
That was probably whoever was pretending to be Sentis Boren.
I knew we had another shapeshifter around here.
So wait, so the dead. Wait.
Sentis Boren died like 3 months ago, so
Right.
every interaction you've had with
Actual-
Sentis Boren has been someone else.
Right, because in death, unless it was another super powerful spell, it would be at their true form.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It would be.
Septon did give like a little wave to him when he saw when their eyes locked.
Yeah, I noticed. He didn't reciprocate that wave, but headed out.
but why is he still taking on his image? If he's super dead,
You
everyone's
might not
seen
have an option.
Or it could be a matter of protecting his real identity.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well,
But, like, you
yes.
could choose anyone else,
Or maybe
not
he
a
just
dead
wanted
guy. I
to
know.
make
I
you know
I
who it was. before you-
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to put
No,
holes
I
in
know.
here.
I'm just trying to explain. Yeah, Sentis Boren did participate in the Griffin sausage eating contest. Lost to Shundi.
All this is because he couldn't become throat goat.
In any
He's
case,
really mad.
that is where we're gonna end.
It's coming for my belt.
That's where we're gonna end tonight's session. We'll pick up next Sunday in the morning of. Let me change the calendar.
Sunday
so I remember
morning?
to do that. No, it'll be Monday morning in game, but
Uh,
Sunday in real life. So.
I wish I could play D&D on Monday morning instead of going to work.
Yeah, that sounds fucking sick, actually.
I want to keep playing.
I do too, but I gotta go to bed.
Nah.
I gotta work.
does?
I got a work meeting in the morning. I gotta go to bed. I gotta get verbally assaulted tomorrow morning.
Yikes.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's us for the night.